Loki,
Odinson, S-tier villain.
Easy.
Enough said.
Lock
Let's
it
move
in.
on to the next character.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Can I say something controversial?
Go ahead.
Loki, so much better in the MCU as a hero than his work as a villain.
Yeah, man. That's
Good
why
as a villain,
That's
good
why
as a villain, not S tier as a
John.
villain.
Welcome back to the Break Room. I'm Brandon Barrick, and joining me today, we got Hector Navarro. Say hello to Jacki Jing.
Hello.
We also have John Costa.
Who cares?
No, we all care.
You didn't say it. I felt like I had to.
I know. I have stopped dropping.
I'm glad you're
that
getting away
little
from it.
catchphrase.
I'm
Yeah.
glad.
It wasn't good for me.
You are
John,
worthy of
he
love.
used to say
No, I used to
No,
say it for
Brandon
me.
did.
Yeah.
over you.
Because I was so happy to have the guests here. Who cares that I'm here?
But your therapist finally told you we should really move on from it.
Yeah.
You were like, okay.
Damage.
The funny thing, my therapist is like Green Goblin style. It's myself talking into the mirror.
Oh my gosh, stop.
But when I see myself back, he's got a mustache.
Whoa.
He's got a face tattoo.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Do it.
Hot Brandon.
So what are we doing today? Well, from Aldrich, is that his name?
I would say Aldrich.
Aldrich. What are we doing today? Well, from Aldrich Killian all the way to Zemo, we're ranking the MCU villains A to Z, baby. And we're gonna go in release order of the villains.
No.
Right? Movie release order.
Chronological order.
Oh,
We went
chronological
over
order.
this.
We had a
To the
debate about
timeline.
this. We're going chronological order of when these villains popped into the MCU timeline.
Yes.
We're gonna rank them. This was Hector Navarro's idea. We're gonna do a tier list today, folks, and this is gonna go really well, and there will be no arguments.
Okay.
That's correct.
No arguments. Got
We have
it.
some sort of mind meld thing happening.
Yeah.
We've all
We're on the same
pre-approved and
wavelength.
agreed to all of these rankings, so it'll be a dry show.
I worked with wonderful producer Evan and messaged him, and I said, you know what? A few weeks ago, Jacki and I had such a great time talking about the MCU as a whole, but like the villains that I pitched to Evan. I said, let's bring Jacki back and let's do a ranking of some of the major villains.
Oh my gosh, nobody told me this. That makes me
Yes.
feel
Well,
so
and then Evan
yes,
said,
you know?
if it has to be Jacki, I'm not doing it. And then we all fought back.
That's
No,
not true.
Evan was super down, and I can go like too far with this kind of stuff. So
No.
Evan narrowed me down, and he goes, just grab 60. 60
Holy
characters.
shit.
Yeah.
And I went, no problem. If we do this for about an hour, this gives us about 60 seconds per villain.
Also,
Right?
I would like to show
We're
the
already
visual.
You got notes? Do you have notes?
No, I don't have notes, but
Okay.
I do want to tout the individual that the visual
Wow.
you made for us. Y'all, can you see
Beautiful.
this?
It is.
Also
This
did that.
is
It's really well made.
This is what
I did
Hector
that.
made.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Literally, it has the name of the actor. It has the name of the villain, obviously, and then the movie they were in, and
Yeah.
literally goes on for pages. When Evan told me the assignment, I was like, "What?" Because I'm like off the top of my head, I'm like, "What you want me to like?"
Name 'em all.
right? Yeah,
I
and
got
then
you.
That's what
and
this
then
is, you
Hector
know?
Made this, so
It's like some
chat,
sort of Facebook.
Yeah, it's some sort of book of
sort of
faces.
face.
Yeah.
It's really nice, right? So
I feel like I'm
just
working
wanted to
check-in
tout
at
you
the
for
red
that.
carpet, and I need to recognize
Yeah.
who people are.
Who's
So-
gonna be here? Ooh, look, it's
Oh,
Ego the
look
Living
at
Planet.
the-
Who are you wearing tonight, Ego?
Oh my god.
Korath, love that piece.
It was really well done. So
I
props.
also tried to grab, so some villains like appear in multiple projects, right? So I tried to grab like the most recent-ish appearance of when the villain is the villain. So for example, first one on the list here is the Red Skull. Now he's in at least 2 projects, but he's really only the villain in the first appearance. So that's in the 1940s, Captain America: The First Avenger.
What If
Yes,
Erasure.
he should. What's that?
It's What If Erasure.
I mean, yeah, we're only doing Sacred Timeline. We're doing Sacred Timeline. and
Okay,
things
good to
connected to
know.
the Sacred Timeline.
Okay, because I was wondering what if as well. Okay.
But I was going to say, factor in all of the appearances. Factor in the What If, because I'll tell you what, I already loved the villain Hela.
Yeah.
But then even after her episode in What If Season 2, I was like, I think I like the character even more. There's a
Right.
potential for a redemption arc, but this is just when they're at their most villainous. And I figured we would go around the 4 people here, and each of us picks one, and we place it in the ranking. If any of the others disagree, that's where the conversation happens. But if one of us is like, this villain's the best, S tier, and the rest of us are like, yeah, no arguments there, we can just move on to the next show.
Sweet.
Okay, I like
One
that.
final caveat before we start.
Yeah.
There are a couple of double ups in here.
On
we
purpose.
have 2 Thanoses and we have 2 Kangs. Those are different characters from different universes, so we've split them up.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's all.
That's it.
Should we get
And we
started?
can get into that more
Yeah.
later, but y'all probably already
Yeah,
understand.
what are the
if
big
you're
factors we're looking at here?
We're
Evan?
looking at the criteria, and also I just want to do a real quick shameless plug. I also did this similar thing with my YouTube channel and our podcast, The Czechicans, me and my two buddies, because one of us is Czech, two of us are Mexican. And we did not just villains, but we did every character, primary, secondary, tertiary character from the DC Extended Universe.
Whoa.
We did 161 characters, 191 characters
Oh.
in about an hour and 15 minutes. We had 20 seconds per character. We were moving.
Okay.
We
Oh my
were moving.
gosh.
So it's a really fun video. You can watch it on our Czechicans YouTube channel. Go search for that.
Check that
But
out.
The
That sounds
caveats,
super cool, yeah.
the things that we went off of were three things, right? Number one, the look. If a villain has a great look, you got to factor that in.
Sure.
The costume, the profile, the silhouette, everything. Number two, the story or the writing. How was that villain utilized? Is it
Gotcha.
satisfactory? Or did it leave you wanting more? And number three, the performance, of course. The performance is a huge part of it. You know, even if some of these villains make sense for the story, that performance might not grab you. So that's going to factor into the ranking.
And
Okay.
then we're gonna follow our hearts too.
Okay, that's the other main
Jackie and I
criteria.
are going to be the
Yeah.
Simon Cowells
Yeah.
of this
We
panel.
really are. I was like, I'm just going off of Jackie's standards, so it could get a little bit weird here, everybody. I did tell y'all Val Kilmer's my favorite Batman on the last show. So.
Okay, Val
Okay, good
Kilmer,
answer,
not
good
an
answer,
MCU
good
villain.
answer.
That's why Evan
Weird.
did
I know,
not
not
do
an
that.
MCU
Good
villain.
answer. Good
But
answer.
Christian Bale Batman is in here, which is interesting.
Oh,
So-
okay. I like
and so
that.
is Michael Keaton.
Oh my
like
gosh!
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a villain.
So wait, we're gonna go down like this, or do we pick who we want?
No,
and
we're
then-
gonna go in the order. But
gonna
who's
go
gonna
in
go
order.
first? Brandon, who goes first?
I'll go first.
Great.
Yes.
I'll take command. Let's start with good old Red Skull.
Yeah.
Johann Schmidt. You are failing me. Great stuff. Hugo Weaving, of course. This is the word. We're not going with Marquard's version.
It's the totality of the character.
Thank you.
Okay.
The totality of the character.
For
You were
me,
paying attention.
Yeah.
for me, this is an A tier villain.
Holy shit.
I wouldn't put him S tier, but I'd put him
agree.
A tier.
I
I
agree.
was hit
They
that. I'm
leaned
so
in
excited.
hard. He looks great.
Yeah.
For a noseless man, way better than like Voldemort, right? His plan is great. I'm going to be more evil than Hitler? Get out of here. That's evil, folks. That's evil, folks. I love the tech. I love the science. I love his commitment to his goals. And I love his hatred of Captain America.
Yeah.
I think he's an A-tier villain.
I agree.
I agree, definitely.
I can already tell this panel is just going to be mostly John disagreeing with everything
Yeah,
that you
how-
say.
what-
John,
How
go
could
ahead.
you go
Where
down
would
on
you
You
that?
know,
go?
when I was thinking about my ranking for Red Skull, I was thinking, I bet you D tier is too mean.
Wow. It is.
Wow.
I'm shocked.
Hey, 3 out of the 4 of us say A tier. I think we go A tier.
Yeah,
my
we should
problems,
go
my
majority
problems
rules and
with
stop
this.
listening to John.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
These can move too.
I'll
D
leave.
tier though. Okay, in your defense, I do feel like they could have done more.
Yes.
Like he's just Hugo Weaving is such a great actor, and like
Terrific.
I just wanted to see more of the
Mm-hmm.
Red Skull. So that's the only thing I would say is like I kind of wanted just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
He had the potential to be S tier, and I feel like if they would have given him more lines and more time to shine, he could have been S. But he wasn't quite there.
If they did what they did in the comic books and kind of brought him into the modern era, and he was full on Red Skull evil in the modern era, just like Cap. But instead, they found a way to wrap that story up and be like, he's going to be the protector of the Soul Stone. That's
Yeah.
cool. But
Yeah.
there was a version of the first Avengers movie that they were making where it was going to be Red Skull and Loki teaming up. And it wasn't until the director and writer of the Avengers saw the first Thor movie that he went, no, it could just be Hiddleston. It could
Yeah,
just
yeah.
be Loki. And then they
Oh,
went in that direction.
interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I like it.
Just to very quickly defend
Yeah.
my
The D tier?
pick
Fine,
here.
fine.
I think like could have done more with this character.
Yeah.
And also the return in Infinity War
Yeah.
and Endgame was like, why is it Red Skull?
Sure.
Could have been anyone.
Sure.
Didn't add to his character.
But it was almost like he was damned to do that. Like,
I
it
know, I
was
get
like-
that
He
part,
touched-
It was
but
his
it's just a
punishment.
little bit like, yeah, we'll throw Red Skull in here, I guess.
I mean, that's a pretty bad punishment for a guy who
Yeah.
wants to be
Sucks.
worse than Hitler.
Yeah.
So, speaking of
I'm
worse
sorry.
than Hitler,
Hold on,
Jude
though.
Law.
B tier, I would have understood you knocking him to B tier, but
Yeah.
D tier is like, you've got to be a
That's rude.
pretty awful.
Yeah, John, just real quick, what is your definition of each of those
like,
tiers?
Yeah, I do kind of
We'll find out as we
Okay.
go. But not these villains can't all be S and A tier.
Oh, I know.
No.
We know.
Agreed,
One
yeah.
villain.
We know.
One villain.
Jude Law, Jan Rog,
Yeah.
Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Okay.
That's next.
John,
I'm not going
Do you
first.
want-
Yeah, you have
No,
to.
you
Oh,
going in
this is
order.
how we're doing this?
Oh, we have to go down, okay.
Gosh. Well, I certainly like Jan Rog a lot less than Red Skull. Jude Law, great performance.
Great performance.
I think that movie, not great. He's
Issues?
also like, is he the B villain of that movie? I don't know. We were talking about
who's the A villain?
We were talking about the
It's
Supreme
Supreme
Intelligence
Intelligence is the A villain.
slash I can't remember the character.
That's the puppet master, right? That's
Right.
the one pulling the strings.
Right.
Okay.
I think this movie just is a little flat for me, so I'm gonna put him. I'll put him in the C tier.
I would.
oh my gosh.
I mean, I would say B.
I would say B. Thank you. It's
gonna be a long
I
show.
agree. I want you to go first.
It
but
is.
yeah,
It
I
might
want
be a
to
long
hear
show. I would say B. Does that mean that 2 Bs supersede a 1? Where are you going to
Yeah,
put
where
it?
are you
If he's
wanna
gonna
go
be
C?
B, I think he's towards the end of B.
That's fine.
These can move as we go.
Do you also say
I would
B?
put him top of C or end of B.
That's a
somewhere in
good.
there.
That's
Okay.
a good place.
We can
to
leave
end.
him B for now, but leave him B.
Okay.
Keep him on the end.
But aesthetics-wise, loved it. Jude Law,
He's so
exceptional
smarmy.
act.
He's so smarmy, which is so
100%.
great.
Yeah, it's just a
Delivers the lines well. Again, was one of those characters where I wanted to see more, but I just
Right.
felt like little impact when he was on camera, but I felt like there was more potential. So
Yeah.
I do agree, BC.
Right. If we're going by Hector's criteria, look,
Follow your
mid.
heart.
No one really remembers what he looks
Yeah.
like. It's just kind of a green
boring
suit.
suits, yeah.
Story, not great. Performance,
great.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Do you think he showed up on set and they're like, "You're gonna be Yanrog, you're a blue."
He was like, "I'm not
Kree,"
doing
and he's
blue.
like, "No, we're not doing the blue
No,
stuff."
thankfully,
he looks
Yanrog-
over at Gemma Chan, who's in like hour 2 of
Yeah.
putting on makeup. He's like, "I'm not doing that." shit."
Well,
Jude Law.
no, I'm sure that
funny.
they got Jude Law because that was a possibility, but they're like, nah. In the comics, he's a pink Kree.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
a-
really?
That's
Yeah.
true. He is a pink
Yanrog.
Kree.
Make it pink.
Yeah.
Evan.
2 things. I sent out the link to the Twitch chat so they can play along.
Oh, thank you, Twitch.
So we might see some stuff come in later on.
Cool.
But also, I'm running polls while you guys are doing
Okay.
this. They put Red Skull at a C. which is very interesting.
Damn.
The votes are coming in for Yanrog, and he's D or below.
Let's go.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
go, chat.
So
I'm not surprised.
hard.
People
Okay.
don't like pulp stuff, and Red Skull is so pulpy.
He's
Yeah,
so old
that's
school.
true.
I get it.
I don't
get
know.
it.
Captain America: The First Avenger was like
Yeah.
the one that got me hooked on the MCU. So I feel like maybe it just holds a special place in my
Well,
heart.
you get to decide where
I
he
know.
goes.
Okay, so we're talking Iron Man, Jeff Bridges as Obadiah Stane.
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges can do no wrong in my book. Watch The Last Unicorn, watch The Big Lebowski. And I thought that he was great as Obadiah Stane. I would put him, I think, a low B, low C, just because he doesn't have any like really incredible superpowers. He's just kind of like the.
I'm loving the suit,
let me,
Tony.
Let me see. He's
For Ironmongers,
he
Tony.
plays the like head of this the CEO,
Yeah.
the like corporate baddie, like the best. I think he has to be in the top 3 for the corporate baddie position.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
But after the chat was like ranking some of our favorites so low, I was like, maybe I should go BC. Do you
No,
guys think that's
don't-
too low?
don't listen to the chat.
Don't listen
Follow
to
your
evil.
heart.
They're there to
Wow.
confirm my
Chat.
biases.
Chat,
That's
you're
it.
ruining my heart
Wow.
vibes. I've
No,
disconnected
the
from my
chat
rhythm.
loves capitalists.
Okay.
They're going to rank him
Yeah.
S tier.
You guys like
Watch this.
okay.
Watch this.
Yeah,
I-
they love corporate malfeasance.
I'm gonna be honest though, I would have a hard time putting him A.
That's fine.
I
Yeah.
think so.
What do
Would you
want,
guys
B?
agree with that? I'm gonna say
I think
B.
he's a high B.
High B.
I-
Okay.
high B.
I say B is pretty.
He's better than Yanrog.
I'd put him. I'd put him A.
Yeah,
but
he's
I'm-
better than Yanrog.
I'm being outvoted. John, where'd you put him at?
This is to me
Yeah.
an S tier film.
Whoa!
So should we move him to A?
So I think. I mean,
He does set the precedent for like the corporate baddies. Like I do.
He's
I agree.
so you're right. Jeff Bridges is like so charismatic. You're so drawn into
That's
him.
true.
He's such a piece of shit.
When he
and it's
turned
like
that thing up, he was willing to let Tony die. He got terrorists to kill Tony Stark.
So-
And you
good.
never knew his motives in the beginning. Like
Yeah.
I was like, is he our friend?
Right.
Like I don't know.
He's
I
gonna
did
kill
kinda wanna
Pepper
put him
Potts.
higher, but I don't know.
I think it's hard. The first Iron Man movie does something really interesting, which is like they give you this shitty character that it's like a real piece of shit, Tony Stark, and then you have like Obadiah Stane come in and like not save him, but like he kind of collects him after he gets kidnapped and like brings him back into the fold, and it's like to be able to do all of those things and then make this villain good and make the end of this movie pay off is really impressive to me.
yeah.
Maybe B+.
I think like look is maybe where you take him down
Yeah.
because I mean
Ironmonger is a generic.
Ironmonger not a great comics history look
Right,
either.
right. But there was that one scene where Jeff Bridges was wearing the pajamas.
Yeah.
That his character did in the comics, like pretty
Oh, that's
consistently,
good.
and people were like,
He's
"That's
like,
the
is he like
pajamas."
shirtless in bed too?
Anyway, guys, we
So
got
what do we
60
think
seconds.
he is?
We gotta
B+?
zip through
B+,
this.
B?
I would say A, but you guys can leave him B. Definitely above Jan Rog. I'm happy with
How
that.
the fuck is he not better than Red Skull?
We do need to move, so I'll keep this tight. Chat voted A for Obadiah Stane. Just want to shout out Prince Riley Phoenix, T Matto for resubbing. Basil Brow Spinner again with another 10 gift subs.
Woo.
Sarah Hatchorian, thanks for the 10 gift subs. And Rosso Games, thanks for resubbing.
Yeah.
All right, let's zip through these.
I like
Okay.
I like B+. So
This is
that's
weird
fine.
now because now I'm like, oh, but Sam Rockwell's an A tier character, and how are we gonna put him above Jeff Bridges?
Yeah.
But you know what? I would say Sam Rockwell, Justin Hammer is in the A tier, below Red Skull, but he's in A tier.
He's like a better Obadiah Stane.
I agree. I think he's better.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
he's better. I don't know. He doesn't have the gravitas, but that's not the point of that character.
Yeah.
I know, John, your jaw's on
But
the
he's
floor.
so
but that's,
annoying.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
so
He steals a
annoying.
government contract out from underneath Stark
Yeah.
Industries.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I defer to you, Anthony. So I would say A tier. What do we have? We have A.
I like A.
I think that he was
may have to move
so
Obadiah.
annoying.
Yeah.
You think should we move Obadiah? We can.
I-
I do find Sam Rockwell more annoying than Obadiah.
He's supposed to be, yeah.
But we have so many people on the list. Like I'm
I
like
know.
to put everybody in the A tier right
let's
now. Like
let's
I'm like.
drop him in there, and then maybe later we can re-examine
Yeah.
each tier.
I,
And be like,
I think Obadiah is definitely B+. Sam, and they're like the same.
Okay.
B+,
Yeah.
A minus. So,
Well, now here's another one from Iron Man 2. Where we at, Brandon? We got.
I want my bird. Ivan Vanko, Whiplash. Mickey Rourke, stellar performances
Yeah.
as Whiplash. But, I mean, Whiplash is like a D.
I think
He's a
that
D.
Whiplash
Whoa.
was probably
D.
the original memed villain from Marvel.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like that movie came out and everyone was like, Whiplash.
the Phase 1. I would.
I want my
would put him-
bird.
I'd put him above D. I'd put him at C at
C?
least.
See,
I can
Mickey
live
Rourke
with
has
C.
swagger,
Just
y'all.
based on the
I can live
performance.
with
Yeah.
C for now, but that will
Just
change.
based on the performance.
Okay, C's fine. C's
C?
fine.
C is a
C's
good
fine.
choice, yeah.
C's fine.
Like, yeah, he didn't have the most iconic look.
Yeah. They want
know,
my bird.
or long
It's a bad
lasting
suit.
effect,
You
but-
got a powerful suit. Cover your face, dude. You just get shot right in the face.
Yeah.
Boom. You're not gonna whip a bullet out of the way.
Okay, next is.
This is an interesting placement.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
I
placement.
would say
This
he
is
was
tough.
at last
Why?
the
What would you
most
put?
villain here, the most villainous here.
That's a.
the
That's true, but
Abomination-
he was not the Abomination.
Sure, he was. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. In The
Oh, you
Incredible
know what
Hulk.
I'm thinking of? Fucking the leader.
Yeah, exactly.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, you're thinking of Samuel.
Get me out of here.
He's the
I
Abomination.
think you're right. I think that like the character is so plussed in Shang-Chi and She-Hulk,
She-Hulk, yeah.
that like I would put Abomination pretty low. Maybe that's just
Yeah.
because the Incredible Hulk is like not a great standout Phase 1 movie.
Okay.
But I really liked him in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And I thought that he was pretty funny in
He was
She-Hulk.
really
Yeah.
funny. So take all that into
For
account.
me, I'm gonna go B.
I'd say C.
I would say B. Brandon, what do you
I
have?
would say B also.
Okay.
Okay.
But I would sandwich him in
We have
between.
so many
Yeah, in
people,
between.
y'all.
In
Yeah,
between.
I was
Jan
like,
Rog.
Jan Rog.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jackie,
Because
you've
Obadiah
got-
really should be in the S row.
You've got William Hurt next.
Okay, so
Thaddeus Ross.
Thaddeus Ross. Why am I getting all the corporate daddies?
Daddies.
I don't
Same.
want
Daddies
daddies.
Ross.
Why are
I
you
want-
considering Thaddeus Ross a villain?
Yeah, I think in The Incredible Hulk, he was that army
Yeah.
presence of
Right.
chasing down Banner.
Right.
Yeah.
That was him.
This is his villain.
How are you considering?
And
How are
he's
you not
also
considering him a
the,
villain?
like,
He's a villain in
he's
everything.
not technically the father-in-law.
He's not.
He's like
you say he's the
He's a villain in
friend's
Civil
dad.
War.
He's representing the innocent
That's
people
true.
of the world who
Well,
are being murdered.
The 6 people who died.
who are being murdered by the unjurisdicted. That's not a word. Actions.
I think later.
of powered individuals.
Yeah.
Team fucking
Ross is like
Iron Man over here.
He's a government employee later.
Yeah.
He's still kind of nefarious, and he definitely has
Sure.
it out for Bruce Banner because his daughter dated
Yeah.
him, so he hates
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
But I think in
He
this
starts-
movie, he's one of the
Right.
villains.
Yeah,
But
he's
like,
definitely
you
one of
can't
the villains. I
knock the
agree.
government for wanting to recreate the super soldier serum. You
right.
can't knock the government for being like a dude has
No.
a dude is a flying nuclear weapon. We can't.
But you know
he's
what?
Unregulated.
I think everything that Marvel is doing with Val right now is better than what they were doing with Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm out.
Yeah.
So Jackie, where do you place him? Where do you place Ross?
I think Thaddeus is kind of like a C or a D. Like he's not memorable to me. He is a corporate daddy. He's trying to protect his daughter, but does he do anything of consequence? Is he going to be someone who's super memorable? Like I think that's my D tier.
When I think to support your sort of like CD, he isn't. You kind of implied this. He hasn't done anything like
Right.
so
Right.
villainous
He's
that you're
acting
like
on behalf
meh,
of the
meh, meh, meh.
army hunting down the
Right.
Hulk,
Yeah,
who has
right.
like
Yeah.
killed people accidentally.
Yeah.
So sure. Okay, so
Accidentally.
where you at, Jackie? Final
I think
tier.
D.
D?
Let's
D?
put it D. Really? Are you all gonna? I'm like,
How
we
is
have to put
Whiplash
some.
in the
How'd you do this to
C-row?
the
We
late
have
William
to put
Hurt?
Oh,
some
we'll get
people.
to some D's. Don't
Oh, yeah,
worry.
we got
Okay,
this.
then
Let's
we
sprinkle
can
some in
put
there.
C. We can put C. But I'm like, I'm worried
Above
about.
Whiplash?
No,
Put him above
below.
Whiplash.
Below Whiplash?
Below.
Below
Well,
Below.
Mickey Rourke is
Below
more
Whiplash,
memorable.
below,
Whiplash is
below.
more
Yeah, yeah.
memorable.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mickey
okay.
Rourke has that
Okay,
swagger. I
great.
agree.
Folks,
Not fair.
Just put him in the S tier.
Not
thank
fair.
you. I got to our first S
Put him in
tier
the S
villain.
tier.
This is
Loki
our S tier.
Yeah.
S tier.
Odinson, S tier villain. Enough
Easy.
said.
Lock
Let's
it
move
in.
on to the next character.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Chat's like D.
Glorious
Yeah.
purpose. No.
Don't you dare. Todd.
Chat
You know
says
what?
D.
Can I say
No.
something controversial?
Go ahead.
Loki so much better in the MCU as a hero than his work as a
Yeah,
villain.
man. That's
Good
why
as a villain.
That's
Good
why
as a
John.
villain. Not S tier as a
John,
villain.
that's no, I disagree. That's why I placed him here at the Avengers.
No,
Now, Loki
I'm
still
with you.
stays in
He's
play
a
in
great
Thor: The Dark
villain.
World
Yeah.
and
Great
Thor
villain.
Ragnarok, but he is more of
He's
Loki-
better in his show than he is in the
No,
M-
but the
Avengers.
inner
Absolutely not.
conflict of
Yeah.
Loki
Yeah.
is what he's the adopted brother. He
Yeah.
always feels second. He never feels like he's going to be number one.
and
like,
his villain plan changed the world because he's the one that brought the Avengers
And
together.
his-
So S tier, dude.
and
He's
his
a- he's a
personal
S tier.
growth
Yeah.
is like one of the best storylines in the
That's what I'm
MCU.
saying.
Period.
Agreed.
Yeah, but it's hero. It's villain to hero, and he was a really
Yeah.
good.
You got
villain,
it. You can
too.
take it all into account.
Yeah, I think S tier. Like,
Well, you take the
Brandon.
good, and now you take the bad.
I'm
we
just
go.
trying to be devil's advocate.
We got up next. We have Christopher Eccleston as his Malekith. Now, this is a much maligned film. It's not as bad as everyone says it is. It's not great.
No.
Malekith looks like shit.
Yeah.
Poor Christopher Eccleston, who's a great actor, can't act underneath this fucking
Bring him
outfit.
back.
No.
You
Bring
can't
him
see his
back.
eyes. It's awful.
Yeah.
They do this. This character is super powerful in the comics. They do him dirty in this.
A little bit.
This is an F
But-
F tier.
F
villain.
F tier?
F tier.
No, I
F
agree.
tier.
I agree. I
He
agree.
killed Thor's mom.
Yeah, well, that's only because Loki let him in. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
fair enough.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
we're gonna give that credit to Loki.
and
That's
it's
fine.
like that's you kill. She
Also,
wasn't.
Also, who
powered
gives a
up.
shit about Frigga?
I care about.
Wow. Wow.
We
care
love
about
Frigga.
We love
but-
Rene
Frigga.
Russo.
We
Yes.
stand Frigga.
Yeah.
We gotta
love
start
that
putting
witchy
people in
magic.
F tier.
Okay, that's
He's an
fine.
S tier
That's
villain.
fine.
This is an
What do you
easy
think?
F tier
What's
villain.
your-
No, I
I
think.
fucking F tier.
Yeah, F. Yeah.
All right.
Fuck that guy.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. Aldrich Killian.
Yeah.
Aldrich Killian, Iron Man 3,
Guy
the
Pearce.
most underraed MCU movie. That
Science
is-
Daddy.
It's
Science
true.
Daddy.
But I think that that's
They're
right.
honestly,
And all of these people are
guys,
daddies.
They're all daddies until we
We got a
get
lot
to
of
like
daddies.
till like the Taskmaster is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first female villain in
I
this
know,
timeline.
which
So they're
was
all
kind of
daddies.
sad.
They're all
That's bad.
daddies.
I would say like unequivocally,
Yeah.
this is a C tier villain.
I
This is
would
a C tier villain.
I would agree.
Guy Pearce is
I like-
so charismatic.
He's like,
Yes.
yeah, he's like
Yes.
interesting,
Ugly
but like
Guy Pearce
it
is great,
looks
too.
stupid.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
love Guy Pearce.
So we're in the C tier. Where would you place him? In between, to the left of Whiplash, to the right of Ross. Where are we placing him?
I think that C tier is such a fucking mess right now.
Okay.
I would put
Why?
him. I would put him in between.
yeah.
In between?
I would.
Yeah.
I was.
You don't think he's better than Whiplash?
I don't know.
Well, the thing is
between's
Whiplash is
fine.
he's just a little bit more comic booky.
Yeah.
feel
Yeah,
like.
Whiplash. The aesthetics are so good.
Yeah,
That's true. The outfit's great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
aesthetics not so strong for Guy Pearce,
Yeah.
but Guy Pearce is amazing. So many of these villains, unfortunately, like I feel like if had just been given a little bit more time, just a little bit more evolution
a
on
bunch of them
screen.
had like deleted scenes and stuff.
yeah, and that's
for
just
sure.
kind of the nature of the beast.
Okay, here's an
Ooh, who do I
interesting
have?
one.
Oh my gosh!
Still in
okay.
Iron Man 3.
I have Iron Man 3, Trevor Slattery, Ben
Yeah.
Kingsley. I want to put this A tier.
This is tough.
Okay,
You know
so
what? it.
Okay, I'm
Do
sorry.
it.
Ben Kingsley.
Bro, that
is,
first trailer.
Such
that-
an
those-
aggressively
those-
hard F tier villain for me.
Those first trailers with like him
Yes.
as the Mandarin
The
were
trailers
terrifying.
were the only
You'll-
good part.
You'll never see
Of this
me
character.
Okay,
coming.
but
Tony.
okay, listen.
America has
okay.
the sickness.
If are we only looking at Iron Man 3 though? Or are we
No.
okay, because if you look at his
He's
evolution,
be redeemed.
And you think of him in
had the
Iron Man
short film.
3 of, thinking he was a part of this film and it just being like this like thing that he was trying to be theatrical for. Like, I mean, he sold it, right? We all were all pretty convinced he was the villain. And I'm sorry, he is one of the best parts of Shang-Chi, and Shang-Chi is like one of my favorite MCU movies.
I was
and
about to
literally,
say
he is a pivotal, amazing part of
The
it.
performance from Ben Kingsley is honestly,
Yeah.
when he's being scary and when he's being silly, it's just
I
top
think-
tier. What were you gonna say?
I was just about to say, like, when you think of Shang-Chi, when was the last time you thought of Trevor Slattery? Because I think it was when I left the movie theater. Every time since I've thought about Shang-Chi, it's been about
Trevor
anything
Slattery.
else.
Sure. I think about him
but
'cause
Shang-Chi was like,
It's fucking good.
it's a legendary
I think about
MCU
him
movie.
in Morris all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Morris.
So are you saying
Morris?
are you saying A
Okay,
tier?
well, I was kind of trolling a little bit, but I wouldn't put him at the bottom.
He's not A tier because like he doesn't have
He's
a
B.
villainous plan. Like he is a rube, right?
Right, but technically this Mandarin thing is really just an extension of the Aldrich Killian plan. It's still a threat.
Yeah.
The Mandarin's
connected
still
to
like
Shu
So here's what I would
He's
suggest.
getting the script.
And
Yes.
He sees the news. He knows what's going on.
Here's
He
what I'd
works for
suggest.
Shu Wen-Wu, though, so he's a part of the villainous
they were using the
side.
Ten Rings iconography.
We bump Killian up to B tier because Slattery was part of his plans, and we put Slattery in the F tier.
F
Not a
tier?
villain.
No.
Trade me a killer.
Let's
I'm
put-
not staying in killer.
Not a villain.
Let's put Slattery in the B tier because we
I
love Ben
think
Kingsley.
B, bottom of B.
Yep.
What?
I need to know what Evan's
I
going
just want to
to say.
say,
Go.
Ellie Finelli rigged the poll so that Trevor Slattery got 75% of the vote.
They paid for the
Yeah,
bits.
they-
Well use of your bits.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, for Jackie's personal list, he's A tier. I think if we have to be somewhat serious here, we will put him at bottom of B.
America is sick. It must
I
be
love
taught
Ben
to
Fortune
Kingsley.
lose.
cookie
I'm sorry.
is an American
Oh,
invention.
you have a good one.
Hector, you kind of keep getting stuck
Yeah,
with
Hector-
S tier.
Dude, I'm happy.
No, but
with it.
Hector's getting the good
Now,
ones.
is
Like
this,
Hector's
do we
getting
agree?
the...
Do we think that the Winter Soldier is an S tier
I
villain?
think so.
Bucky
Yeah.
suffocating
Yeah.
Tony Stark's father
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the darkest
I
stuff I've
still
seen in a long
think
time.
that fight scene between Bucky, Cap, and Iron Man is some of the most
I thought you were
dynamic
gonna
fight
say, too,
choreography.
Bucky, Cap, and Black Widow earlier in Winter Soldier.
Also,
in that
When he
movie.
flips
also
the
very
knife,
good. But
when he
no, in
flips the
Civil
knife?
War,
So I'm gonna put him at S tier.
I like that.
It's the entirety of the Bucky character,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
specifically, even when he was just the brainwashed villain, he is scary.
Yeah.
Like Sebastian Stan pulls it off. Great look. Excellently used in the film. I would put him to the right of Loki. Perfect.
and I
Yes,
think
perfect
too, he's
placement.
like one of the better parts of the first Avenger.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, as Bucky?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
Sebastian
like
He's
we
great.
talked about the evolution of Loki. Let's talk about the evolution of Bucky Barnes. I mean,
S tier,
how
baby.
can you not love him? He's like the best friend, and then all of a sudden you see like what happens to him and his descent, and it's just like, yeah, he's
Such a
S
good
tier.
villain.
I love when he gets freed and they march back into the camp and he has this really weird line read where he's like, "Let's hear it for Captain America."
Three
He
cheers
says
for
it
Captain
The
America.
weirdest way, and I love it every time. It's
great.
It's almost like he's jealous.
Yeah, he is
But
a
he's
little-
like happy.
Oh, he's jealous of Stephen.
But he's
Peggy
like,
a
where
little
did he
bit.
get this big dick from? Like, what's going on? Like,
Good for
it's
him.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
he was
crazy.
bigger than his buddy. Now he's smaller.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, that's a good question. So we all know that Cap and Bucky fucked at some point.
Okay,
Right.
next character
Oh
we got
my
Robert
God.
Redford.
That's
Brandon,
getting cut from
you
the
got
final
no.
video.
Stay in. Leave it in.
Robert Redford as Alexander Pierce. I think,
Corporate daddy.
we're talking government
Sorry,
daddies
we're gonna
right
do that
here.
every time.
This is a
Government
big
daddy.
time government daddy,
daddy,
playing
yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
A great reveal.
yeah.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Make some flying ships that'll just shoot every bad person at once. We're done by Tuesday. Great stuff.
Yeah.
No one saw it coming. He's pretty good. Doesn't he punch? Does he punch Black Widow at some point? No, he's just surprised when
if
she
he
turns
does
out to
any.
be the German chancellor or something
Robert
like that.
Redford's 100 years old.
He's 100 years old.
Whoa.
He came out of retirement to do this one, or no, to show up in
Endgame.
Avengers.
Endgame, yeah.
Yeah, in Endgame. This is a A-tier villain.
I agree.
I think.
Really?
Probably above
What do you
Oh
Justin.
my gosh, I would
don't remember
honestly
the
put
government daddy?
Justin Obadiah before him, but I mean, like, I just don't think he has the swagger and charisma that we saw with Jeff Bridges.
He's
and
got
Sam
a good-
Rockwell.
Let me
He's
pause
just
you right
like
there. Let me.
a government official. I don't know.
I think that Robert Redford. The reason I love him in this film is because I do bring with me the baggage of like Robert Redford's cinematic career.
Right.
Okay, true.
It's
true.
like they
Yeah,
put
yeah.
him in this movie because they were
Yeah.
trying to make a 70s political thriller, and I can't help but see young Robert Redford. You know, when they were doing press for this, they were like, Robert would have made a great Steve Rogers if they did this movie in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
So it's this, so
It's all the president's men. It's the last
Yeah.
castle. It's all the movies
So
rolled into
his-
one.
his
Bridges
character
in Madison County.
Isn't as funny and sarcastic as an Obadiah Stane or Justin Hammer or whatever. I'd put him in A to the left of Justin Hammer or to the right of
Just
Justin
for
Hammer.
legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I would leave him
Just
there.
the
At the end, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd put him in the
that.
C tier.
Okay, well,
I would
ask
put him
you.
a little lower, but
John.
I can see what they're saying. They have this like nostalgia with him.
I
John-
can tell
in this
you're going to be
sim-
mean
like-
about this next
Yeah,
one.
I'm worried about this next one
Go
coming
ahead.
from John.
Let's get it over with.
Oh no, John.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Just
You want me to
go.
go?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
Go.
I think Zola's like an A tier villain.
Get out of here.
Zola's good.
All right.
Yeah, I love
Fine.
I like
I'm
Zola.
A
tier.
Wait,
I like Zola
but
a
we're
lot.
gonna
I
go
thought
down
you were
on
gonna
Zola?
I no,
No, I
better
was
than-
ready to defend
I
him.
think he's
okay.
better in Captain America: The First Avenger than Red Skull.
Okay.
He's more.
No,
he's more
wait,
entertaining.
hang on, Dasher, hang on.
And
Right there.
Yeah, I
No,
like
he's
that.
better.
I think he's really that scene in Winter Soldier is like so good.
Yeah.
and
It's scary.
You speak about a bias toward Robert Redford. I have bias toward Toby Jones as Arnim Zola because our good friends at Perception were the people who made the little video where he shows up in
Oh, cool.
Winter Soldier,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's a bunch of them in little Easter egg photos.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, I just love this like man in the machine type of thing. I think
Yeah.
it's really fun. I want more of him.
He's an unkillable
scary.
villain. It's great.
He's great.
It's great. I love him.
Okay.
The little
Like this,
flashes and the green
I've been
face.
manipulating
Yeah.
history for the last like 60 years. It's great, awesome.
I would put him before Robert Redford's character, but that's just me.
You know
I like
what?
your placement.
Fine,
there,
you
but that's
guys
I think he's
convinced
better
me.
than Pierce.
Put him to the left of Robert Redford.
This
There
is
you
such
go.
a bad tier
There you
list.
go.
All right, no, it's awesome. Evan? Oh.
We have to leave planet Earth for just a moment and take you to our favorite planet in the solar system, the Jelly Bean Planet. That's where our good friends come from. They've got so many different containers full of jelly beans that they will travel across the cosmos to get here to planet Earth. Delicious jelly beans. You can get these nice triangular boxes.
All the way up.
Oh, all the way up. I was
Just
trying
gotta
to
shoot
make
out.
it work.
They got the Papa Beans.
Here.
Papa Bean always gets paid, folks.
That's what it is.
Where you just lift this up and you press this down, you get a random jelly bean, and you can try it out.
What did you get?
I got a pink one.
Something's
Okay,
interesting.
Here,
It's good.
you got a white one. I think it's
you.
coconut.
You've been watching the Breakroom. We keep eating jelly beans every day. I've gained 16 pounds, but it's worth it, folks. They're full of natural flavors, plant-based colors, non-GMO, no gelatin, no gluten, no palm oil. Keep the
gelatin.
rainforest, folks.
Oh my gosh, you're selling me on this.
They're good jelly
They
beans,
taste
Jacki Jing. I'm
delicious,
telling
and
you.
I
Have
did not
so
know
many.
that they were gluten-free.
They're
Gluten free.
Yo, y'all.
My doctor said eat more jelly beans, Brandon. It's great for your diet.
Why would there be gluten in a
Yeah.
jelly bean?
I don't know. Some people make jelly beans out of bread. They're insane.
Hey,
To support our show and get some jelly beans of your own
There
from
you
Jelly
go.
Bean Planet, just click the link in the description below, or you can find them on Amazon.
I feel like we got to go even faster.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
We're not even a third of the way done.
Do we
So-
want to do something bad?
No.
What?
Okay.
Nope.
What did I say? What?
Don't want
I
to
was
do
gonna
it.
say for the next like 10 of these, we should just like Jackie, whatever she says goes on the board.
Oh my god.
Hector, whatever he says goes on the board.
And
Oh
that's
god,
it?
that'd
And
be
we
mass
just-
chaos.
We can be reasonable.
We can get moving here.
Let's do it. Let's.
We could do
Okay.
a little less backstory and a little bit more why.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right?
so
Good
Lee
note, good
Pace,
note.
Ronan the Accuser, Guardians of the Galaxy, hot, fucking hot. This guy is delicious. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like, this was like eye candy on a different level. Probably one of the hottest villains we've had.
Tall people support tall people.
Okay, that's not true. I love the short kings too. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You know who might
Have
be
you
the lo-
seen Killmonger?
Oh well, Killmonger.
Killmonger,
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But Ronan the Accuser, villain-wise,
Yeah.
like I feel like he's kind of not the smartest. He's
Yeah.
like really got no personality. I love the dance-off, you know, like, but
Love the
just-
makeup.
I don't know. I just felt like he was kind of meh as a villain. That movie was not great because of the villain. It was great
Right.
because
Because of the
of
heroes.
the heroes.
Right,
and
right.
so I wouldn't mind putting him like C or D. We
I-
could
I would
even
say
put him
C.
F.
C's
I
fine.
would say C.
C?
I'm down for C.
Wow.
Let's
John's
put him
a
bottom.
great place for him.
Let's put him
C?
bottom
Okay.
C. Yeah.
Bottom C. I'm gonna
And
go.
he's only C because he's hot. Let's
This
just
next
clarify.
one, I agree with everything Jackie just said. We're gonna go Jaimin Hansu's Korath the Pursuer. We're gonna put him in D.
Okay.
Mainly because that issue of like, it's Jaimin Hansu. What a
Yeah.
waste of a great actor.
Thank you.
Big
And they
waste.
killed him off in that movie. And even though they brought him back as a prequel Captain Marvel,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not enough Korath. So he's gonna go D. I love you, Jaimin Hansu.
So much
All right.
potential.
Brandon,
Yeah.
you got
Kurt Russell's
Oh, this is a
ego.
good one.
Yeah.
This is a
one.
good villain.
Yeah.
Good plan. Love
Yeah.
it. Had a lot of fun achieving that plan. You know what I mean? Really got around the universe. I think this is like maybe an S tier villain.
ooh,
Super
I'd say A.
powerful.
I'd say A.
I'd say
Where
A.
you at?
Yeah, I would drop him down for sure. I think like the look of Ego was never great.
It's just Kurt Russell.
He's in it's Kurt Russell with like cool robes.
Great
I think that like the weird skeleton version of him toward the end is like
No,
just
not
like
about Red Skull.
bad.
Not
It's
about
like
Red Skull.
it's like gross. And not
Yeah,
like
right
scary.
there, right there.
I
Yeah.
like that.
I like
that
him above
placement.
Justin Hammer.
I'm also
Excellent.
he gets
Yeah.
a boost in my book because Kurt Russell, after he was cast
Yeah.
in the movie, like before they even shot it or whatever, he's at his like next premiere or whatever event, and some reporter's like, "Oh, you just got cast as Ego in the movie, the next Guardians of the Galaxy. You excited about it?" And he's like, "I have no idea what the hell you're talking about."
Oh my
What a
gosh.
guy! What a guy!
So funny.
He's like, "I don't know what the fuck you nerds are talking
That's
about."
hilarious.
Great stuff.
Okay, so John, do you have the first Netflix TV
Our
show?
first Netflix.
Is it me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to another doctor.
Here we go.
Doctor.
Yeah.
We had
Doctor Who.
Christopher
Oh
Eccleston
yeah.
earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
David Tennant and Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm a David Tennant.
We're supposed to go
Love
fast,
him.
John.
Thank
Fine.
you.
Fine.
John,
not
going
a
fast.
lover. C-tier villain.
Whoa, no,
Not
you're
a-
Wait, you
wrong.
don't love David
You're wrong.
Tennant?
Not a big David Tennant
Oh
guy.
my
wrong.
god.
Did you watch Jessica Jones?
This
Sure.
is wrong.
The Purple
Oh
Man
my
is
God.
terrifying. The
Yeah.
Purple Man is terrifying.
Just like
Oh
that
my
show didn't do it for me.
Wow, I think you're gonna be
Oh my
outvoted.
god.
This is a good villain.
Not a
Jackie,
David Tennant person.
what's the real ranking? What should the real ranking be?
I
Jackie?
mean, I'm a huge David Tennant fan, so in Jackie's world, I was gonna
Yeah.
put him A, but I'm like,
I would
okay.
say A.
And he was
He's an
in
A
this
tier villain.
He's an A.
So
Yeah.
put him right there in the B tier.
Jackie didn't break her toe to put this in the
charisma,
D.
looks,
Yeah.
powers, abilities. You know, like
You know,
yeah.
you know how we were saying like Jan Rog was a great.
You want to put him high B, Evan?
I would say.
Evan was was floating around high B, so I thought
somewhere in there.
I would say
Dashiell,
A.
don't trust the mouse.
You know what? I would put him behind Robert Redford.
Sure.
Your
Okay.
argument of like how legendary Robert Redford is and everything,
Sure.
like I get that. So that
But
I like
some
that
of the,
placement.
some of the stuff he makes Jessica Jones do in that show is like
It's insane.
fucked up.
Yeah.
So
He's a bad man.
okay,
Okay, it's me, and
you go to
Okay.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Oof, A.
What did I
A.
say?
A.
What
We're
did I
putting
say
Ultron in
before
A.
we started taping?
Yeah,
What,
we're
you said-
Did I say C
Yeah.
or D for Ultron?
Ultron? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're
John
wrong
said something
every time.
insane. Ultron is
John, literally,
A?
we were like, you're
Are you
trolling
saying
us.
A?
Yeah, I would say A for sure. Aesthetically great, incredibly powerful, fearsome, came on the screen and I was scared. I mean,
Good
like,
plan,
we
good
thought, we
plan.
liked the lines. John thought the lines were cheesy. We thought he had good execution of his
They're
scary
from
lines.
Pinocchio.
One thing is from
So-
Pinocchio, John.
I'd put him above Sam Rockwell, but below Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too.
I like that.
I like that too.
Where was the era? Or the age?
You mean the age? It happened in the year 2015. That's it.
I've been thinking a lot about Taylor Swift. lately.
Obviously. Okay,
Where's
guys.
the age?
I'm gonna give you your next
Ooh,
one.
I'm excited to
we're,
hear your
We're
thoughts.
back in the Netflix shows. I
Can
stuck
I,
in.
one
I
last
stuck
thing.
in a couple
One last thing.
Netflix.
Sorry,
Okay,
Evans.
one
One last thing.
Go.
None of the set pieces in that movie are good. Maybe the first one.
Age of Ultron?
Maybe the first one.
And Jessica Jones?
Yeah, like the end
Oh,
where
Age of
there's like a fucking floating
Sokovia?
Sokovia, like, meh.
This isn't
You're
a
right,
set
visuals-
pieces tier list,
yeah.
John.
Yeah,
That's
we're
true.
that's set
I don't know.
piece too.
Blow something else up.
He's a,
We'll
he's
do
a
that
villain
one
who
next.
wears
Can we
he's a
do world
robot villain who
aesthetics?
wears a
Yeah.
cape. It's
Yeah.
adorable.
Here's what Ultron did, right? He rebelled against his fathers, Stark and Banner, just by being on the internet for 2 seconds,
Yeah.
realizing like, oh, humanity's got to go.
We're back.
Which is like,
He's
great.
right. He's
Very
great.
relatable.
No, maybe
Ultron was
like
right.
find
He-
the good parts of humanity.
His storyline
Not
was
on the internet.
similar to the comic books. It led to the creation of the Vision, which I thought
Sure.
was really well done in that
I
movie.
agree with that.
Agreed.
I liked how he used Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, Pietro and Wanda, without them kind of knowing what was going on. He also cut off Andy Serkis's hand.
Yeah.
He made Claw. So
All of
there's-
this.
to me, that movie, Avengers: Age of Ultron, is kind of the perfect example of like a classic Marvel comic book in a movie form.
Yeah.
Whether that works for you or not, that's fine. But I feel like they mostly were successful in everything they set out to do.
Honestly, the only reason why he's not S tier is because he's like almost too on the nose villain.
Right,
Like,
and
but
he
it
hasn't come back.
works.
He hasn't. They never
yeah.
used Ultron again, so it's just a one and done.
Yeah.
That's right. Give
But
us
he
the
is
Ultron
brilliant.
Eras tour.
Okay,
Here's your next one, Mahershala Ali in the first like 2/3 or so of the first season of Luke Cage, Cottonmouth. I'm gonna put him at B. I would
Okay.
put him at the very end of B,
Surprises me.
under Ben Kingsley.
Okay.
He did some brutal stuff in that show. The performance was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was great for that Netflix street level thing. I think that if you go back and watch that show, he's one of the highlights of that show.
He's the highlight of that
Yeah,
show. I
yeah.
thought that was one of the weaker Netflix shows, but
Yeah,
he was one of the
he's-
redeeming parts.
yeah.
But in comparison to everybody else,
Sure,
I
sure,
do
sure.
agree with you. So
This is tough. This is
Okay,
tough.
moving. That's already page one. We're done.
Page 1 done. Our next one is good old Crossbones.
Crossbones.
Frank Grillo. Getting a lot of direct-to-DVD work these days. Frank Grillo, that's Crossbones. I love the evolution of this character.
Yeah.
This was a guy who, when you're at the movie with maybe someone who's not as familiar with the Marvel movie, you're like, who's that guy? Am I supposed to know who that guy is? And you're like, oh, he was in like the last Captain America.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like him because he got beat up on the elevator. He's great though in his like assholishness. And he's a fun henchman C-tier villain.
Gets a good death.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I would say C. Where are we placing him in C?
I would put him at like the end of C.
End of C.
Top of
I
C.
agree.
No,
Top
of
of
C.
Good for, no, I put Whiplash
Top
above
of C. No,
Yeah.
Whiplash
I'm
is
sad.
top of C right
Crossbones
now.
had no plans other than
sorry.
All the
like
rest of them
me
are more-
punch
are
punch
more
men.
We're at our next S tier villain.
No, shut up, John.
My weedos.
My
Stop.
weed.
My weedos.
Oh, my
Look, here's the
weedos.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't think humans can. I don't know the science behind pheromones.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Throw him out of the fucking red
Just-
room.
yeah.
Send him to his death. Fuck
Okay.
this guy.
Okay.
F tier?
Yeah.
I would agree.
I think put him.
Dreykov.
I'd put him below-
he's a
This
very
movie was so
despicable man.
disappointing.
You
Like, I
have
wanted this
a
movie to be
great
so
line
good.
Yes.
from Avengers where Tom Hiddleston like
Dreykov's
tees up a
daughter.
whole movie.
Sure.
And it's like the worst payoff.
Yeah.
I think that movie, like a lot of these movies, did decide to focus on the heroes more than the villain part of it, but it makes the movie suffer a little bit.
Yeah.
So you get the next villain in the Black Widow timeline. This takes place
Oh
in
my gosh.
2016.
This is
Dreykov's daughter.
My heart hurts.
Taskmaster.
When I saw Taskmaster in the trailer, I remember I almost fell out of my chair. I was like, yes, and I was
calm
like,
down, Jack.
I'm
sorry.
so
No, I
sorry.
was very
Watch your
excited.
toes.
And then also, like we were saying, this was the first female villain, right? Like in
Well,
this chronological
chronologically.
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we saw others.
Yes.
Out of
Hella Ghost.
But it's like, I guess I was so sad when we actually saw the Taskmaster on screen because like she had the potential to have this like really crazy. She does have a crazy backstory. I just felt like no connection to her. I don't know why they didn't build up the story well enough. And her father's in the movie. I don't know why. Like I just didn't feel connected to her.
Yeah.
She's a badass, aesthetically great,
And thematically, it makes sense because the whole theme of the movie is like these women are being controlled by men.
Right.
Yeah.
So it all fits
Yeah.
the theme, but like you're
Right.
saying, there's no emotional. You don't feel for Antonia.
100%
never.
no. I would put her D. I
Yup.
think there was,
Wow.
again, funny because D's kind of like our potential list,
Yeah.
right? Like there could have been so much with this character, but it just didn't deliver.
Yeah.
So
See,
I feel
Taskmaster
bad
is
saying
coming
that,
back, right, in
Oh, wait,
Thunderbolts?
he's
That-
literally getting all the S tier. Look
It
who's
really is.
next.
That's right, baby. But we're gonna put Taskmaster
but yeah.
No, you're right.
below Korath in the D tier. Thank you,
Also-
Dashiell, right there.
Josh D'Amato, head of Disney Parks, if you're watching, please get Taskmaster out of Avengers Campus. I'm tired of that fight.
Okay.
It's always
The same fight.
Taskmaster fighting Black Widow and
you know why?
Sometimes
Because-
Black Panther, sometimes Captain America.
Those characters don't have superpowers, my guy. That's
I know
why.
they
That's-
can't do lasers. They can't do lasers.
Yeah,
in the
yeah, they're
park.
kind of in
France
the-
got drones.
Guys,
Figure something out.
Here's something
All right,
maybe
give us the
controversial,
next one.
maybe not. Killmonger is going to be S tier to the left of Loki.
I agree.
So far, best
Whoa.
villain. I agree. So far, best villain.
Okay. I mean,
Sorry.
You know what?
In one movie.
In
I
one
agree.
movie.
Really does it.
In
really
one movie.
Does it.
The look, hottest
Yeah.
villain.
Yeah.
The story, it's so compelling. It opens with
Yeah.
the 1992 in Oakland, California.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? That Sterling
I
K.
also
Brown
think-
being his father. Everything is
That's your
awesome.
king?
There's
Yeah.
probably no character in the MCU
Hi, Auntie.
that has been like requested to come
Yes.
back
Yes.
more
Yes.
than Killmonger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when they did bring him back when he was in the ancestral plane, devastating. I love the way they used
Oh my
him in
gosh.
Yeah.
Wakanda
Oh
Forever
my
because
gosh.
it wasn't like overused. It wasn't
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they found a sneaky way to
You just
know.
gave me chills. That was such a good twist in
That's
Wakanda
good.
Forever.
I like
yeah.
it. I like
yeah,
it.
I on it. Like I could say a bunch of other things, but I think you summed it up perfectly.
Done.
And I agree. It hurt my gut a little bit because I'm such a Loki fan, but Killmonger just in every category just edges
Hey, look, if it
out.
makes you feel
Loki.
any better, they're up there. They're smooching. They love each other.
I'm loving our S tier
Yes.
though.
It's
So
hot.
I approve.
It's hot. Evan's going, hurry up, hurry up.
Yeah.
Speaking of S tier, we mentioned him earlier. Ulysses Clow.
Oh my gosh.
Claw, Andy Serkis. I mean, acted very well. Andy Serkis has a lot of fun with this character. There's not much to him.
Yeah.
Love that we got to see the laser hand.
Yeah.
This is a B tier villain.
I would agree.
Probably
I think that's
Below-
generous, but we can go with it.
I think it's
put him all the way
generous.
at the end.
He's
I
one of
think
the
no,
more
yeah.
fun
I
villains.
put him
He's
above.
fun.
I put him
He's
above
fine.
Abomination.
Above Abomination.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he was.
Above Young
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
He's a henchman.
No, you want to put him below Jude Law?
Yeah, I mean, I love Jude Law.
All right.
But again, I'm going off of potential. Like, Jan
Sure.
Rog definitely lacked.
No, you know what?
He was able to steal vibranium from Wakanda. A hard thing to do.
And that's
He
not
claims.
like an
He
accent.
claims.
Tough to
He claims.
You know
Okay,
what? Let's leave
no.
him. Let's leave him.
You sure?
I'm okay with it. Yeah,
Okay,
I feel
okay.
like I definitely think we.
Okay.
Yeah, I like what we have. Okay.
John?
Wait, why the fuck is Ironmonger in the
Okay,
B tier?
we're moving. We're moving.
Great.
get
Michael
bumped. He'll get
Keaton,
bumped.
Adrian Toomes, Vulture. If I were doing this ranking by myself, I would probably put him, mid to late B tier.
You're
but
insane.
I'm looking
You're
at
not
our-
doing it by
But I'm
yourself.
looking
You're
at our
not
tier
doing it by
list
yourself.
now and putting him within this tier list. He's probably like a high A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree
He's
with
pretty
that.
good.
Okay, so you do know how to be a normal person, John.
I know how to be a normal person in the context of bump him up, bump him up,
So-
bump him up, better than ego.
Better than Ego.
Better than
Yeah.
Red Skull.
I think he's better than Red Skull.
Better than Red Skull.
Skull.
Yep.
Yeah, Michael Keaton is just such a good actor, and then again, like
best.
you're just like,
That scene
what
in the
is
car
this guy's
too
motives?
Great scene.
Yeah.
is such
That's
a
the best.
Spider-Man
Great
scene, right? Like
Your
a
old
villain.
pal, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
such a good.
Oh, I just got chills
Good
thinking about that.
scene.
Jackie, you got
I
the
like
other
that. I like
villain,
it.
the other bad
Keep
guy.
in mind.
Okay, I'm putting D just because I felt like this
not a
was
villain.
one.
This
yeah.
is
There
We're in
was-
agreement.
We need more. We need more. Like,
Yeah.
she
Yeah, why
just
didn't you
say
put
that.
why didn't you put
Shocker?
Tinker?
Shocker is a cool
No, I was gonna
villain,
say
too.
What are the
Donald
villains?
Glover's
Prowler.
Prowler? Because he wasn't in the suit yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
but
technically not in the suit
but
until
the
the
Shocker
animated
does he
Spider-Verse.
even have a?
He's got as much
He's
as
got like
Crossbones
one
does.
little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fights Spider-Man at the end.
They could have done more. They could have done more.
Yeah.
Our D list is like our potential. We wish we saw
Tough.
more.
I've got Mads Mikkelsen, one of the greatest villain actors of all time.
Right.
I'm gonna put him in the
Not S
B
tier.
tier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Not
put,
his best movie.
I'm gonna
I agree
put
with that.
Caecilius in the B tier. I'm gonna put him right there, right sandwiched between Abomination and
I
Young
like
Rod.
that. I like
That's
that.
good. That's
I like
Doctor
that.
Strange, good movie.
Yeah.
He's probably the least interesting part about it.
Which is that's
They
high
cut.
praise.
They
That's
cut
high
his
praise.
No,
like
yeah, absolutely.
backstory
A little
about
bit.
like
Some of his
family
backstory was
dying
like in
and
the
stuff.
comics.
Yeah.
They made some tie-in comics and stuff. So I
They were
really
gonna
like
do it
them.
in the movie. Yeah.
But yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Now here's another weird one. You get a weird
Okay,
one.
this is a weird one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch coming in as Dormammu.
Mm-hmm.
I like Dormammu a lot, but this is like a villain in name only for most of the movie,
Yes.
and then we see him at the end. And it's more about the way that Benedict Cumberbatch or Doctor Strange outsmarts him
That's
than
right.
like the villain himself. But the villain is fun.
Great
but I
moment.
think there's more we're gonna see.
Okay.
And I think right now this is like a C tier villain.
I agree.
Because
I
like,
like
the
that.
story
I agree.
Just not
Dormammu
enough
will
screen time.
return.
Yeah.
Not enough screen time.
Dormammu will return.
Yeah.
I
We'll
would
see
put
him in Doctor Strange 3.
I'd put
but,
him
like,
under Brock Rumlow. I'd put him under.
I
Under
would put him at-
Crossbones?
Yeah, I'd put him
Yeah.
at the end too.
Yeah.
We barely got to see him, and
Yeah.
when we did, it was
He's
just
powerful,
like CG,
but we haven't get to.
and
Yeah,
that
we
was
haven't
like
get to use him
cool.
yet.
John, you got a good one.
Great. Kate
Oh, yeah.
Blanchett's Hella.
Yeah.
John Bias, I would say this is a strong A candidate, but I think that we'll end up doing a low S.
Yes,
Okay,
we
yeah.
will.
I was like,
Yes.
don't
Wow.
you-
We'll go
don't
low.
You're
you
good.
even.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Like I said, I'm here to play ball now. I was coming in with genuine opinions, but now I'm
No.
just trying to appease the crowd.
Yeah, leave
The
him at your-
eyeshadow, the
leave him at the
black
door.
Hella
hair.
is the shit.
she's
She's
great.
the fucking
She's
best.
incredible.
I just dropped the F word because I'm like, I absolutely love
the
her.
F word.
And we don't have a lot of like female villains in here, and
Thank
the
you.
fact that
Right.
she can stand her own
Absolutely.
with these, like,
she
I'm
might be
just
the,
like,
the
let's
best woman villain in
She's
the
great.
MCU.
I kind of think
okay,
so.
we'll get there,
I-
we'll get there.
Agatha's great.
We'll get there.
I like that placement.
You get another villain
Oh my god,
from
Jeff
Ragnarok.
Goldblum,
Yeah.
Endui Gast, Grandmaster. Oh my gosh, okay. God, I want to say A.
Yep,
Okay,
no complaints.
I
No
don't.
complaints with that.
I want to say better than Ego, to be honest.
I'm
because
also okay with
he
that.
is
Yeah.
straight
Yes.
charisma,
Perfect.
aesthetics, like one of the funniest performances we've seen in the MCU, but then also like very scary. You just know how powerful that like.
He
what
melted his cousin.
Yeah, so I'm just like I don't know.
Pardon you from life.
Yes, and then
the best.
his delivery is amazing too. I like that placement.
That's a good impression.
We're getting fast, you guys.
We're so
I have
fast.
to leave
Evan's
in
so
a
happy.
minute and a half.
No,
you
shut up.
do?
Really?
I'll replace. I'll jump.
Oh, well,
Okay.
maybe we'll get some good opinions finally. No, I'm kidding. I miss you,
didn't
John. I already
know
miss
we
you.
We had a
want you
tag
to
No, I'm
team
sorry, I have a
control.
meeting.
What are you in
I
a meeting?
just-
Can you
that's
just
all.
not be in the meeting, please?
I'm
Can you just
leading
tell
it.
him?
Yeah, I'm
You're
sorry.
leading it?
Yeah, yeah.
Can Evan lead it instead?
No.
All right.
Sorry, John.
Sorry, John.
No, hey, it's my fault for.
having
Well,
you
it's
around.
Patty's fault for scheduling a meeting. That's what it's supposed to be.
Patty,
Uh-oh.
Patty is now the highest S tier villain. Put Patty on the. No,
Poor
I'm
Patty.
kidding. I'm gonna put Clancy Brown's voicing Surtur C tier.
Yeah.
Love the look.
Another kind
Love
of
the
screen
look.
time.
Screen time, but still came in and did Ragnarok. I'm gonna put right there. I'm gonna put him below Ronin, but above Crossbones.
Okay.
I like that.
That's
I
my
really like
searcher.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, over to
I don't
now.
even think that you should have to do this.
What? Why?
I think like we could put her in the D or the F tier and move right on.
D.
Right?
Oh, for Ava Star.
We're talking
Ghost.
Ghost.
This
We're
is
talking
Ghost.
So
Okay.
much potential, and
Sure.
again, just
Wasted
like
potential.
like
I
so
would
many
Better
people
than,
writing.
better than Shocker.
Yeah, and better than Taskmaster.
Yeah, better than
Better
Taskmaster.
than Taskmaster.
Maybe. Okay, we good there?
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is making me kind of sad
Yeah.
to see.
Well,
Yeah.
why?
Because like I just feel like we have these female villains and there's so much
Sure.
we could do with them, and then
If
they
it
just
makes you
don't.
feel any better, she is
coming
supposed
back.
to come back. She's
Okay.
coming
Both
back to
her
more
and
story.
Taskmaster will
Yes.
return in
Yes.
Thunderbolts.
So hopefully we'll get more there. Okay, so then, John, I guess your last character is going to be the great Walton Goggins.
I want to get to three
Sonny
more
Birch.
because I
Okay.
have opinions.
Okay.
Sonny Birch, A tier villain,
That's your villain.
suffers from a screen time problem,
Sure,
sure.
knocking him down to the D tier.
a D tier?
He just like is not really a factor.
I'd give you C because
Sure.
it's Walton Goggins.
Yeah, great performance.
See,
Really
I want to
good
see more of him.
performance. See.
Had a lot of fun. We've speculated a lot about who his mystery buyer was.
Right.
I really like
Right.
Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
Bring
He's
him
such
back.
a good villain.
But like
Such a
same
good
same
villain.
story as some of these
Yep.
other people. Didn't
Yep.
have really any screen time.
Okay.
Didn't do anything super villainous.
I
Jackie.
mean, that guy is great at playing villains. So I'm like, again, like you said, it
Yeah.
was a matter of screen time. But if he gets more screen time, I bet people would fall in love with him. Oh my God,
You've
I
got-
have Thanos.
You've got the
You have
Oh my
Thanos.
gosh.
of the
You have
Infinity
us
Okay,
Stones.
of the Infinity War. Oh
The
man,
Thanos who
I
completed
mean,
his
I
job.
low key want to say S.
Yep.
I think
He is
he's
S tier.
Okay, okay.
He is
I-
S tier, but where are you placing him?
I would put him behind Hela because I just think that really, no.
This is Hector's
well,
list, and we're just
that's
playing.
because I
No.
love Hela. No, okay.
No, put him below Hela.
In all-
Then. Put him
no,
below
no, no,
Hela.
no.
Where
In
are
all-
you? What do you
Hela-
guys think?
In all
Thanos
seriousness,
is the only
I
one
would-
who
I would put him
completed
in-
his
yeah. In all
task.
I would put him
seriousness,
at the
he
very
needs.
front, probably.
I would put him behind Killmonger, but in all, I would put him behind Killmonger. Oh, are we
But-
going
but-
on success? If we go by success,
many
okay,
villains-
okay.
how many
Okay,
villains
okay,
have
okay.
Jackie
Top.
vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're going
yes.
off of Jackie vibes,
Yeah.
I think like Hela would be number one.
Great.
That's fine.
Okay.
But if we wanted, if I'm gonna take everybody's opinion in, fine, we can put him at the top. Damn it. I do love Killmonger
He
though.
is the
I
only
love
villain who
Killmonger.
completed their
You're
task,
right, you're right,
defeated
you're right.
the Avengers.
But I'd put Killmonger above him only because
well,
you said
two villains completed their
you,
task.
you said that like Killmonger did everything in one movie, and
Right.
technically Thanos appeared in a few movies before Infinity
But-
War, and people weren't sold on
Yeah.
it yet. So there is that evolution of like it took him a couple tries
It's
to get
really
Thanos.
tough for me to put him above.
He left
Killmonger.
audiences devastated,
He did.
tears,
My dad texted
Yeah.
me.
weeping in
My
the
father
in the
texted
theater.
me that opening weekend.
Yeah.
Did Thanos really do that? And
Yeah.
I said, yeah. And he goes, fuck that guy. That's
Yeah.
what my
Oh my
father
God,
said about this
that's
He
character.
said, "Dad, this was a documentary."
Okay, he's the top. He's the top. I
okay.
love Hela though.
So we're gonna get through this last character, and then you're gonna go to this meeting.
That's right.
I am gonna place the Thanos from Avengers Endgame, who came forward in time from 2014. I'm gonna say A tier villain.
Yeah,
Doesn't have the history that we spent with the other Thanos.
right.
But got to do a little bit extra fun fighting. I'd put him. Honestly, I'd put him up above. I'd put him
Ego?
above Michael Keaton. I'd put him top of the A tier.
Oh really? Okay.
Top of the A
Just
tier.
for that quick little.
That's it.
Yeah.
Great lines.
Here's what I'll
really,
say.
really put up
Yeah.
a good fight. Was told that
Yeah.
he won, so he had the confidence.
He was gonna shred the universe down
Yeah.
to its last atom and
Yeah.
rebuild.
This guy's a fucking bitch. Okay, F tier villain.
Oh,
he's
no.
coming in. Someone's done all of the work for
No.
him already.
No. He's
He
inevitable.
comes in. He gets his ass kicked.
No, he kicked
Okay,
ass. He
no,
killed Iron Man.
no.
He killed Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Iron Man killed Iron Man. He's a fucking loser.
Iron
all right?
sharpens iron.
All right, S tier villain Thanos in Infinity War. F tier villain.
Not John leaving.
Thanos.
John, you can leave
Get him
now.
out
John
of
is
Get
like
out of
F
Get him
Thanos.
out of here! While Evan and John switch places, we wanted to thank Lucy for sponsoring today's episode of The Breakroom. Lucy is upping the nicotine pouch game with Breakers. With a mini liquid capsule inside each Breakers, you get a satisfying pop and instant flavors that last. It comes in 4 or 8 milligrams of tobacco-free, 100% pure nicotine. And in 6 delicious flavors, unique ones like apple ice or espresso, and classics like mint or mango. Right now, I've got berry citrus. Break up with your dusty gas station pouches and go to lucy.co/breakroom and use promo code breakroom to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. That's lucy.co and use code breakroom to get 20% off and always free shipping. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. And a warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Thanks again to Lucy for sponsoring this episode of The Breakroom. Also, we got some great new merch. You've seen the Madam Web shirt. I'm wearing it right now. It's on me. Look, it's on me. You can't really see it. Woo! You can grab this Madam Web shirt right now in the shop. We also just dropped our Deadpool Eras Tour t-shirt. And it's also a hoodie, folks. Look at that beautiful hoodie. It's pink and black. It's perfect for the Swiftie or Poolie in your life. And did you watch Eric's video yet? It's unhinged. Someone stop him. What's he talking about? Check out nerdriot.shop. It's a great way to support the channel. Pick up a piece of merch. Get ready for Madam Web. Get ready for Deadpool 3. Get ready for all your nerdy fandoms. nerdriot.shop.
We are now in the, that's you, Brandon.
Is it my turn?
You're in the post-Avengers Endgame MCU timeline.
And we're in the unknown right now because up next is Jonathan Majors as He Who Remains.
Yeah.
We will not be seeing Jonathan Majors as He Who Remains or Kang Evers again. Evers again.
Evers again. Not just ever again, but Evers again.
Evers again. You know, this He Who Remains, you can't argue with what he was able to accomplish.
Yeah.
Very accomplished.
I'm a little confused by it, but he did it.
He did it. He had a plan. He was hiding from all the other Kings for a very long time. I mean, that almost makes him an S-tier villain, I feel like.
I'd say high A.
Because even when Loki thought he beat him, that was all still part of the plan.
Correct.
Loki, there was more to unlock.
Yeah. I
He's
get that.
definitely got to be high because Jonathan Majors, like we all know the controversy around him, but like if we're looking at his acting, like he was scary.
Yeah.
Like I was like, you're unhinged, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, I don't know what is happening.
Because he was so funny.
Exactly, and also comical though.
Yeah.
And it was like you were like, you're so unpredictable. I don't know what's happening here. And aesthetics wise, like I kind of thought it was like a cool vibe.
So you say A?
We can do high A.
I think high A.
Evan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd go with that. Let's do that. Yeah.
High
Maybe
A.
like-
Yeah.
I'd place him under Keaton.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
The
No, I
Red
like
Skull.
Getting a
that.
bump on this one. He's getting a bump on it.
I like that. Okay.
Evan, you're next. You're going to take the...
One of my favorites.
Catherine Hahn.
Agatha Harkness.
I love Agatha.
High B.
Whoa! High
Wow.
B? B?
Wow.
Yeah.
I could be my memory could be a
Definitely.
little off here. But
I would say
definitely
A.
like an A tier
Oh
villain.
my god, I
right?
love Agatha.
At
I
least.
love Agatha.
I mean, she didn't see the runes coming. That was a miss by her. But she's been alive for a very long time.
I definitely...
I'm not gonna lie, the
tired.
runes bothered me. Like I was like, bitch, you
She's
ain't
tired.
this powerful.
She's been alive
Come
for a
on.
long time.
But
I'd place her... Where would you guys place her in the A tier?
I put her high. I mean,
I'd put her
I love
Where?
Agatha. Okay, this is the problem with Agatha though. Aesthetics-wise, acting performance-wise, like super high. Her success was not high though.
Sure.
Like she didn't do a great job in her plan.
She's getting her own spin-off show, so really, who was
and
the most
I'm gonna
successful?
love.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly.
Who was the
And
most successful?
I cannot wait for that show.
Yeah.
I
I
guess you're right.
I'd put her above...
I guess I wouldn't put her above Red Skull. I wouldn't put her above Grandmaster. Maybe Ego.
I'd put her above Ego. I'd put her above
Yeah.
Ego.
Yeah.
Ego and
But
Gra-
she's the whole WandaVision's not her plan, right? She sees it happening.
Yeah,
and
she's
sneaks
like, I'm
into
Yeah,
it.
and then
get
she's
this
like,
power.
"What's
And
going
in
on
her
here?"
mind,
Yeah.
she's trying to stop
Yeah.
the Scarlet Witch, who is the villain.
Yeah, and
And
figure out.
in my opinion, it's the Jedi who are bad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Jackie,
I
you
like
have,
that.
You have an
Oh my
awesome
god.
villain next.
Shu Woo. I think
Whoa,
S tier.
This was
I'm
good.
sorry.
S tier.
I do.
I agree with
I
S
think
tier.
I
tier?
think
Yeah, dude.
bottom of the
Yeah.
S tier.
Yeah. Below Hela.
So, oh my god, Shang-Chi. I mean, I was talking to y'all about this before the show.
Yeah.
I am kind of suffering an MCU fatigue personally, and Shang-Chi though like lit me back up
Yeah.
when it came
It's a
out,
nice
and I
change
was
of
like,
pace.
I'm here for it. We have the fight choreography. We have like the character development.
His look
we
when
have
he was the warlord that had the long hair,
Yeah.
riding in on the horse with the rings.
Yeah.
It's a
Chills.
great, when he's just sitting on the chair, that's a great
Yeah.
look. It's
Well, and he
so
was
good.
able to like work for thousands of years in the background without people
Yeah.
knowing.
But he is so fearsome and so incredibly powerful, and every
Right.
time he steps on the screen, you're like, you're really, really afraid, and you don't
Yeah.
know what he's going to do. And he also, he's one of those villains, like we were talking about, like Obadiah and some other, where they're like in Grandmaster, they're like really kooky and weird, like. His delivery's like, I will fuck you up, and that's like it. Like he doesn't need to say or
He's
do
a bad
anything.
dad.
He had no
And he's a terrible father.
He had no patience
the
for
ending, though.
where he was like, American girl, what's your name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, Katie, and he goes, what's your Chinese name? Like he just has no patience
Yeah.
for
The
any
bad dad.
silliness.
Exactly.
He also, the movie is a little bit of like, when your parents fall for like an email scam or something.
Yeah, Dad.
This is not mom reaching out from the other side.
She's back there. I gotta get her.
No,
Dad.
all I gotta do I gotta do Shang-Chi is I gotta give him my social security number.
Bad.
I gotta send him 20 Target gift
Bad.
cards.
My sister
so
and
bad.
I.
You're
My
like,
sister
Dad,
and
you're
I.
opening a portal to the dark
We're trying
world.
to tell you.
But how convinced they are.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm
yeah.
like, I
They called me
really-
on the phone. It's your mother. She's alive on the other side.
I love
And the
that.
other reason why should be in the S tier is because we've talked a lot about the evolution of these characters, and we see him being like literally massacring people, like and
that's
having
true.
no problem, starting this syndicate, right? And then his son like goes neck to neck with him, is like literally taking his powers from him, and he like you have no idea what he could have done when that monster was like killing him, but instead he's like, no, this is I'm gonna like, get
You're right.
emotional doing
You're
it. Like
right.
he was like, this is
He can be S tier, but he's not better than Hella. Hella
No,
conquered
no, he's
the-
not better than
bottom
Hella.
of
He's
S
a
tier.
bottom.
Bottom of
bottom.
S tier.
Okay. I'll allow it. I'll allow
I
it.
think it would be insulting to put him A though. I feel like he should be in S. So
I've
okay.
got the next character.
Okay,
We've got
this is interesting.
Ego's son, Wyatt Russell, from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm going to put him at B tier. I think he was a great antagonist in that show.
Okay.
Very entitled.
Bottom?
Captain America. I would put him.
I'd put him above Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
Kingsley?
Okay.
How dare you? But it's
Yes, you know what's
I'm
funny?
kidding, I'm kidding.
What's funny is that him and Jan Rog both have that entitled white guy flavor of like, right there. That's where they
Hector
go.
said
That's where they
it.
go.
I didn't say it.
He doesn't
Hector
think
said
he's a
it, okay?
villain.
Yes,
but
yes.
he doesn't have an evil plan.
I specifically pulled a picture where he's in that hearing, that government hearing, and he's like, he flips out, and you're like, this guy's unhinged.
Doesn't he have 80s bully vibes?
Yes, he does. Like
80s
trying to be a good
villain?
guy.
Yeah.
High school vibes?
He killed people brutally as Captain America in public.
Okay, I'm mad
All
I
right.
get this one and not the next one. But,
Sorry.
Here
Okay.
we go.
You guys are
Carly Morgenthau.
Carly Morgenthau, leader of the Flag Smashers.
Yep.
Remember them, folks?
Yep.
Played by Aaron Kellerman.
Yeah.
This is like a F tier villain.
I would
was
say
like,
D.
okay.
There was
I would say
potential.
bottom of C.
This is not a
I
knock
would
on
say
the
D. I would
actor.
say D, though.
This
Yeah,
was
I'd
just
also
like
say D.
this show got chopped up because
Yep.
of
COVID.
story
Yep.
changes and
Yep.
COVID
Yep.
and everything.
Yep.
They didn't know what to do with this character. The motivations were muddled.
Yep.
A decent plan, I guess. I don't know really. What was the plan? Who knows?
Yeah, but motivation I could get with.
Yeah,
You
the
know.
motivation was there.
I'd
Hate
put her
to
above
see-
Shocker and maybe Taskmaster.
Yeah, that's fair. She shouldn't
Yeah.
be.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's
I like
fair.
that placement. Again,
Okay.
so much potential. I hate to see so many women villain characters on the
Yeah.
team list, but it's like we need to give
hate to
these
see
ladies
it.
more screen time and show what they can do.
All right, Evan. You
All
better
right.
you better say
Here we
something
go.
really good here.
Zemo. High B.
Get out of here. This is an S tier villain. and I'll
agree
tell you
with that.
why.
What? Not
I said
S- not
Thanos
S tier.
beat the Avengers.
I want to
Baron
hear
Zemo
this.
beat the Avengers.
Oh boy.
By the end of Civil War, the Avengers are broken up.
Yeah.
Never to be put back together again until it takes the universe ending to put them back together.
Yeah.
Baron Zemo accomplished everything he set out to do. He destroyed the Avengers.
Uh-huh.
He got his sweet revenge. He's an S tier villain.
I give you
Charisma and
Charisma?
aesthetics.
Yeah.
This is your charisma. He danced.
Oh my goodness.
I would say, Jackie, where are you at?
himself in.
Where are you at?
I would say I
B or
could say
C?
A. You think B or C?
No, I'm asking you. What do
Oh
you
no,
think?
I think A, but
A?
I would say low A. I mean,
Yeah.
He beat the
hold on.
Avengers!
In Brandon's defense, though, that category of did they complete their
Yeah,
mission?
it
that
is
like
small.
that really
Yeah,
does
yeah,
move him up. So I do think A. I do think A.
I would. I'd
Um,
put him below, maybe Ego and above Ultron.
I like that.
What do you guys think?
Gosh, she might be above Agatha.
You might be. You want to put him above Agatha?
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Gosh,
They both love purple.
you really just convinced me. I would have really put him
He
lower.
got it
but
done.
He did execute his plan, and we have to give credit on execution.
We're,
you
we're
know,
all sitting
and
here
Agatha did not.
doing the meme.
so-
We're looking at you, Brendan. We're like, he's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah.
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 He executed that dance floor, dog.
He did. He did. Oh, Evan, you got Spider-Man Far From Home.
No, Zemo
That
was
was
fine.
Zemo. I overtook it.
I'm Mysterio. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so
Don't let
the-
your personal bias get
I
in the
know
way.
the young girl in me like love Mysterio.
Yeah.
Like when I was
Donnie
watching
Darko.
like Spider-Man the animated series, I
Oh.
was like I love Mysterio. So I had a lot invested in like this character.
Where are you going with this? I'm so
Well,
interested.
honestly, I just didn't think Jake did a great job.
Whoa.
No.
Interesting. I'm
This is
shocked.
fascinating.
I don't know. I felt like I wanted more, and maybe I'm like your guys' reaction. Now I'm like maybe I'm the wrong one. I don't know. I just felt like Mysterio when I watched him as a kid was just like so manipulative and so smart. Also, kind of like the entitlement that we talked about. I just always thought he was like a really great villain, and I don't know, for some reason I didn't connect with Jake.
I am shocked because I didn't think the Mysterio character had any fans. I honestly did not. I'm like, that's amazing.
He was a great villain.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
The fishbowl. I also just love that.
No,
sort
the
of
fishbowl
like,
was great. Yeah,
I love the gray motion capture suit version of Mysterio as well.
I think that.
Okay, where do you want to place
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't seen Spider-Man: Far From Home in a couple years now.
Yeah, it came out in 2019.
So he did not execute well. Am I wrong? He didn't execute
Well,
well.
he could put in a lot of his plan.
For most of the movie, he got
No,
it.
actually, he did execute well,
Yeah.
and then
he
he kind of got caught up at the end, right?
Right,
Yeah.
and we don't, whether or not you believe he's dead.
Yes,
that's up
and
to
that
you.
was the thing. Yeah,
Because he got away with
So
it.
did he escape?
He got
Okay.
away with it. The world doesn't know what happened
Yeah.
necessarily.
Yeah, I'm like, is Chad going crazy? Jackie, you're
He tricked
smart.
He
Jackie,
tricked
what is wrong
Talos,
with you?
who was
Jackie,
acting as Nick
F
Fury.
off.
for a while, and
Right.
then
I think
Also,
that
his suit. This is the suit. His show suit, front of house suit.
Yes.
Is great.
Yeah.
It is. It's
It
very
looks.
cool.
I would
great.
honestly, I would put him like B. And I personally, and you guys can move that
Where
around
in
if
the
you
B?
want.
Where in the B?
I would put him high B.
Okay.
I honestly,
Definitely better than Claw.
Yeah, he's better
Yeah.
than Claw.
Yeah, he's definitely better than Claw.
I'm
I
happy-
honestly
I'm
think he might
happy
be
with
better than
that.
Obadiah.
I would be happy with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think for some reason.
No,
Evan
are you okay?
stressing.
I have
Evan
so-
stressing.
Are you in pain?
Not only do I have so many feelings about this tier
Go.
list as a whole, now that I
Oh.
see it in its entirety, because
Yeah.
I'm not following along on my computer.
Okay.
But we also got to zip through the rest of these.
Okay, let's go
Okay.
for that.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
but I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Oh, we have so many good. We have so many
Yes.
good ones.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I pulled what
can
I
be fast,
thought was
yeah.
basically the villain of the Eternals film. It was Richard Madden's character Icarus,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
was revealed to be the betrayer of the Eternals.
Right.
I'm gonna put him at high C, low B. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
I put C up while you were
C?
talking.
Yeah.
I'd put
Is
him.
that a C for y'all, or do I need to do?
No, you're.
Just
that
do
a
both at the
backwards
same
C?
time.
There, that's a C. I'd put him there to the left of Whiplash. I'd put him to the left because he killed Salma Hayek, dude.
He did.
That did
Yeah.
piss me off. It worked for me, and I know a lot of people didn't love that movie, but it worked for me where he betrayed them and then felt really bad when Cersei was like, "No, we're not with you," and then he flew into the sun and maybe died.
He hit it and quit it for a few thousand years
I thought
too,
he did a great.
which is pretty impressive.
I thought this villain did a great job. It's a very overly serious film,
Yeah.
Stand hidden.
but it still worked for me.
Yeah.
Valid.
Brandon, we're over to you. Spider-Man: No Way Home. We got the multiversal villains coming in.
Okay. This
love my
is tough. I
Spider-Man
mean,
villain.
Yeah. Go. Follow your
Doc
heart.
Ock,
Go.
Alfred Molina kills it.
Yes.
We love it.
Yes.
We stand it.
Yes.
He accomplished what he wanted to do. He held the power of the sun in the palm of his hand.
And he was comedic in this
Yeah.
movie.
He's definitely an A tier villain.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't think
Agreed.
he's S tier, but he's definitely A.
100%. Yeah.
I'd put him.
Dashiell's like putting his influence, and I
Yeah,
like that.
Dashiell's-
Dashiell's like, I
yeah.
feel like here, I would say above He Who Remains.
Yeah.
I would say
Below
above He Who
Vulture?
Remains.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean,
No?
No, let's do it.
yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
That's
he had a great
fair.
fight scene with Tom Holland, Peter Parker.
Right.
Like,
He
it
was
great.
so magnetic in this movie.
Yes, he
and,
was.
and like look at the cast for that movie and for
good,
him
yeah.
to stand out.
He puts on a little hat after the bank
I know.
robbery. It's so cute.
Oh,
It's
it's
like
Spider-Man
so
2?
Doc Ock. Yeah. that's good.
Jamie Foxx, Electro. I wish there was more. Wish we got more of him.
Okay.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'd put
He was
him.
fun, though.
But he, out of all the villains, he seemed like the most ready to like kind of like take charge in the universe. Besides like Green Goblin.
He wanted that arc reactor
Right.
real bad.
Yeah,
he could
yeah.
feel it.
But under Kilgrave. Low A.
Ooh.
I think he's more
Or high B,
I
high
would
B?
put him in
Oh,
the
I'd put
B.
B.
Yeah, above
B.
Claw. Above Claw.
Above Claw?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's
right there.
good. That's
He had some
good.
of the funniest lines in this.
Yeah.
There's got to be a Black
I mean,
Spider-Man
a
out
big
there.
redemption arc.
Yes, yes.
No Way Home's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
I got my
Yeah.
body
Yeah.
back. That was right.
Not a lot of heavy lifting.
Jackie.
Oh my gosh, when all of them came on screen,
Yeah.
the little girl me was just like screaming.
You have probably, I would say,
the least
of
fun
the
one and a
five.
lizard.
Yeah.
Lizard C.
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
bottom C.
D.
We honestly, I wouldn't even hurt. We could put him D. Let's put him D.
Okay.
Top D.
Top
No,
D.
I don't think. You really think top? No, that's true. He would be
Yeah.
top of D or low C.
They just
Yeah.
said
So-
they don't know what to do with the lizard. He doesn't look good.
He doesn't look good.
But they were working with what they got because he looked
Yeah.
like a Goomba from the
Yeah,
Mario
yeah.
Brothers, and they're just
He needs
inheriting
the
that.
snout. Give him
I
the
agree.
snout.
I agree.
Dude,
But
he looked amazing in the 90s animated series.
Yes.
Remember with
I
the
know.
white
The
lab
red
coat?
coat
And he was
and
bright
tail.
green. Thank you. Why, like,
close.
lean into that.
I'm gonna
Okay,
go.
sorry, are we gonna,
I'm gonna go Sandman.
do we like cut off or something?
I'm gonna go Sandman, low C tier.
Yeah.
But great. I thought he had some great moments.
I love that actor too.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah.
I'll
he did a
say
good
below
job.
Sonny Birch, but he did have some great moments. But I'll slot him in there. And back over to you, Brandon, with what's gotta be.
Okay, well, just
What's
follow
gotta
the
be?
Green Goblin. That's S tier, baby.
S tier, baby. Look at Dashiell trying to be like,
Not that
no,
I think he's above.
He could be above
Above
Wenwu.
Wenwu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we put him above Hela? No,
I
I want to
honestly-
remind you. I want to
I-
remind you. We're factoring in the first Spider-Man
Right,
film,
right.
the sort of presence of the Norman Osborn,
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe, and he kills Marissa Tomei.
Okay, I think we could put him above Bucky.
Yes,
I think so.
agree.
I'm a bit of a scientist myself.
I think lock that in.
Yes.
Yeah.
My God.
Like I love Bucky too, but
Bro.
he's more
I
fearsome
think S
than
tier
Bucky.
mainly because I think in all throughout Spider-Man No Way Home, he
Yeah.
is never Norman Osborn. He is always the Green Goblin.
Ooh, that's your
And
theory?
he's messing with them the whole time.
Oh my god.
That's my theory.
I think he's Norman, but I love that.
No,
love
I don't
that
think
theory.
he is.
Okay.
And I think the tears are alligator tears. And I think there is a Norman Osborn in the MCU, and he knows
Oh.
it. And he's lying
I
to
love that
protect
theory.
him from
Oh my God.
I love that
Spider-Man.
theory. I love that theory.
Yeah.
Did you just get chills again?
I did. How
Jacki
many people
getting
got
chills.
Well, y'all with your like theories here.
Evan's got this next villain. I am.
Oh, this is so tough.
Tough. This is easy.
I.
Scarlet
this is
Witch
so easy.
and Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Evan, don't do this.
Evan.
A above Red Skull, between Red Skull and He Who Remains.
She's low S.
This is an S tier
She's
villain.
low S.
I also want to go S.
This
Evan.
is the easiest
Evan.
thing you've ever had to do in
Evan,
your life.
Yeah,
you're,
literally, yeah.
you are in the
Evan-
ballpark. You're there.
I'm thinking about
I'm
Evan,
feeling
lean
it.
in.
other things right
Lean in.
now.
What are you
Ball
thinking
women.
about? What are you
This
thinking
is what
about?
it's about.
He's like keep this on the rails.
Yeah,
Finish
yeah,
on
Everyone,
time.
Oh, gotcha,
everyone
gotcha,
in
gotcha.
MCU continually
All
lies,
right.
lies
Put her
to
in
this
S.
woman.
Put her in S.
She could be before Bucky too, to be honest.
Yeah, let's do it.
She
Like,
literally,
right there.
She spends,
Right there.
she spends
Okay.
months studying the Darkhold.
Yes.
She knows her children exist in
Yep.
every other universe.
Yep.
She says that to Doctor Strange,
Yep.
and he says, "You're crazy."
Yeah, it's not fair.
They won't fucking listen to her.
calls out the
Evan,
hypocrisy.
Okay, and
Calls
she
out the
shows up
hypocrisy.
at their cute little man's
Yeah.
club. There's women there too.
But-
and starts killing him.
but-
and it's great.
She's also a white woman Karen that wanted to get rid of this young woman of color. Let's be real. That's
I mean,
what she wanted to do with America. She wanted to get rid of America.
She wanted to use America.
She wanted to use
Don't we all want to
America.
use America to get what
God,
we
I,
want?
No,
I
but she's
have
amazing.
reservations about putting her above Hela, but I'm like,
Oh.
I don't know. It's fine. I'm a big
She's
Hela
got more
stan.
screen time. She
Yes.
has more development. It's not
Yes.
fair.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes,
true.
yes.
Okay, Ethan Hawke. Oh my God, I love Ethan Hawke as a
Yeah.
villain. I
But-
love Ethan Hawke as a villain. But yeah, okay, we'll
But-
put D. How about D for potential? We needed
okay,
more.
yeah.
Mid C? Okay,
definitely
okay.
above
He cannot be
Lizard.
above C.
I'd put him above.
I put him
Lizard.
above Lizard.
He's
Yeah.
he's in. We needed to see more.
He's
There was
underused.
potential.
You
yeah.
wouldn't put him above Walton Goggins and Sandman? And C, low C.
Okay, put low C.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
could've
Just
done
right.
that. I could've
Evan-
done
I
that.
think the potential.
Evan, that's the
And
best
Ethan
thing you've said all
Hawke
day.
is a
Yep, I agree.
villain.
I
Have
agree.
you guys seen the movie where it's called Black Phone?
I haven't seen Black
Oh,
Phone.
not
It's
yet.
very scary. The trailer.
I don't watch
scared.
scary movies.
Guys-
I'm a
Ethan
scaredy
Hawke
boy.
is a villain. There's so much potential there. So
Guys,
yeah.
I'm going to need you to take it easy
Okay.
on me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll hear
Because
you
I'm
out
going
on
to
this
say
one.
something right now.
Okay.
Oh,
And I
no.
want you to be understanding with me, and I'll work with you.
Okay.
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 But I'm going to start us off.
Okay.
And I'm going to say El Niño Sin Amor is an S tier villain.
S tier.
Oh, I want to hear this. I'm a
Work
big
with
fan.
me on that.
I'm a
Work
big
with
fan
me.
of
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
How are you guys feeling? Where are you at? Are you A? Are you B? Are you
I
C? Where are
think
you
low
at?
S.
Low S.
Only because he was one I felt like we could have seen more from, but like when getting behind the cause, like
Yeah.
another thing is like with these villains, Killmonger for example,
Yes.
like you were like,
You
no,
understand
this guy's
him.
speaking truth,
You
exactly,
understand
and
him.
so when it
Yeah.
came to Namor, like I felt myself being like, I kind of want to be on their side.
Yeah, he doesn't like
sometimes.
colonizers.
Exactly. Yeah. And
He's got a
so,
point.
but was he also unhinged and controlling
He
and
killed
controlling his
Angela
way?
Bassett's
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. I was like, there was definitely.
They did
like,
attack. They did attack his country.
Also, execution, dude. Wakanda got like they infiltrated
Yeah.
Wakanda,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
for execution.
And, like-
I would say low S.
Low
I
S.
agree, low S. Put
I'd
it.
put
Put
him-
it.
I'd put
Maybe
him-
the last slot in S.
Yeah, I'd put him
Yeah.
below
Yeah.
Wenwu.
I do.
And like
yeah.
Yeah,
the
they
look,
could
the look
be-
is great. They have-
look,
he's got some
aesthetics.
wings on his feet. I mean,
It's
he
awesome.
did it.
It's
They
awesome.
The
did
aesthetics
it.
was good.
They
He's
did it.
definitely
Okay,
yeah, he's-
okay, awesome.
Ooh, I want to hear.
Brandon. Now
Okay, where
we
we at?
are
Oh, okay.
chronologically in the timeline. We're at Echo now. Echo just
Okay.
happened. We
This
just
is
watched
Echo.
it. But it's also Kingpin, all of Kingpin. We're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
his appearance in Hawkeye, 3 seasons
Yeah.
of Daredevil.
I
Where you
mean,
at?
my boy Vinny D
Yeah.
is killing it as
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
Kingpin. The fight scene alone in season 3 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
The final fight between
Yeah.
him is just so brutal.
Yeah.
It's so good. Vinny D gets this character. He loves this character. He knows this character. This is an S tier villain, I think. I mean, this is what we
Oh my god,
want.
100%.
This is what we want out of our villains in the MCU.
I'd put him right below Goblin. What do you guys think?
Goblin? I don't. I
Right?
can't.
I could even
Right?
put him above Goblin.
I can't
Really?
Dude, in
Evan.
Daredevil,
Evan, what's wrong with you? Evan, where are you right
No,
now?
no, no. S tier for sure.
Daredevil.
Okay,
But not above.
Not above the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, not above the
Okay.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh,
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
put
yeah.
him. I
Okay.
would. I
Yeah,
would put
push
him
one
above the
right,
Scarlet
one
Witch.
right.
In Daredevil, he is so scary.
He is.
He is so.
The Scarlet Witch isn't
messed
scary
up,
when she
and
breaks the
he-
fourth
Is.
wall and
They're
looks
diff-
directly at you.
It's tough because they're different types of scary. Scarlet
Because-
Witch is like, I use CG magic, and
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio's like, I smashed this man in my car door
Yeah.
because he embarrassed me in front of Vanessa.
And I manipulate people,
Yeah.
and I have a syndicate. Like,
I'm good with that though.
yeah, we'll keep
Good?
it. That's good. Definitely above Bucky. Definitely above
Okay.
Bucky.
Evan.
All right, John
God.
Bass as the Hulk King.
I know you agree with his ideology.
Fan favorite character, big fan. I gotta say, he's an S. No, he's
Oh my god, I
D
love.
tier character.
Yeah.
D
I'd put him above
weird.
D.
Oh my god,
You
I
put
put
him
him
above
above
the
D
mid-C?
because he's
Yeah.
so awful.
he
I'm not putting
represents-
him above Sandman.
He represents.
Bottom C.
Then put him bottom
Alright,
C.
Bottom C, sure.
Bottom.
Yeah,
But
he
represents
yeah.
the misogynistic internet.
Sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's so
It's great.
accurate. And then when he turns into Hulk King, he turns into such a Chad that it's like almost like it was too.
like,
it was too ridiculous to
Yeah.
watch. Like, I was, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, he says something like, "Bro,
Yeah.
come at me, bro," or something. I was like, I can't. Oh, who am I? Okay.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh no.
This worked out. This
was
is
kinda
fine.
controversial.
Follow
This
your
is
heart.
tough.
Follow your heart. He's one of the reasons I even pitched this.
Okay, so this
Okay?
is a tough one for me because Christian Bale was truly my awakening. I remember watching Little Women and I was like, I want to watch
okay.
Little Women over and over and over. And my mom was like, you really like Little Women? I was like, yeah, the women characters are so strong and powerful. I had a huge crush on Christian Bale.
I'm
He
just
was
glad it
beautiful.
wasn't the Killing Fields.
Yeah, also Newsies. He's great in Newsies.
Newsies
too.
is great. Newsies.
Cutie patootie.
So
Santa
I
Fe.
was obsessed with both of those films. So like, I just feel like Christian Bale can do no wrong, except here.
It's not his fault. They cut
It's
out
not
all his good parts.
I was so excited to see Christian Bale as a villain. Like I remember I was so
Yeah.
excited. And
Okay.
aesthetically, I would give it 10 out of 10. Like I think
Okay.
aesthetically he
Yeah.
looked great. This film did not connect.
No.
Like it was just like
They
I did
misused
not.
him.
How
completely.
harsh are you going to be? Where are you going to drop him?
I would put him C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of in the hot. What do we do for Ronan the
we're
Accuser?
right next to Ronan.
Yeah, I
Right
was
next to
like,
Ronan.
they're
Okay,
hot.
yeah.
They're hot, aesthetically
Yeah.
pleasing, and that was about it.
Yeah.
This image of Gore, and she's like hot.
Yeah.
Aesthetically
I'm
pleasing.
sorry.
I'm
I'm still
into it.
sim for
I like the
Christian
black
Bale.
blood coming out of his mouth.
I'm
So hot.
next. I'm going to go. We're in now Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
Okay.
A lot riding on this villain.
Okay.
Maybe still going to be the main villain of the multiverse saga.
Possible.
But I'm going to say Kang the Conqueror, the one in Ant-Man,
Right.
is going to be a high B tier.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at with that? I think the performance was fantastic.
It's scary.
Yeah,
it
it's
sucks
scary.
because like all we see of this villain is in the
Is in
green
the quantum
screen
realm.
kind of
Yeah.
quantum
Right,
realm
right, right.
nonsense. We don't get to see him do anything.
Maybe if this character will be recast and escapes the
Yeah.
quantum realm and it's the same version of the character and Kang does some truly
Yeah.
scary shit, it'll change in the ranking. But look, like
this
we were
was
saying
like
earlier,
a low
I
B
think
for
the
me.
B-
This is what I was saying
Yeah.
earlier. The same sort of thing happened with Thanos. It wasn't until
Right.
Infinity War he was everyone's top
Very
villain.
true.
Again-
Very true.
And I still
Very
ascribe that this is the dumbest Kang of all the Kangs.
Yeah, potentially.
He's the least
So,
smart Kang.
I'm gonna say B.
That's why he got stuck in the quantum realm.
Above Claw.
I'd put him above Jamie Foxx Electro
Yeah.
and below Obadiah Stane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
No, higher than Stane?
No,
What do you think?
I really like Electro. But
I
I,
think
think
Electro's
that's
too
fine.
high.
That's fine.
Listen, that Kang still had some banger lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some really great lines.
Okay,
in that.
aesthetics
you
though for this
before?
next one. 10 out of 10.
I like his little booty.
Core
God.
Skull as MODOK. I mean, I was
and take into account
Darren
him
Cross.
in Ant-Man 1.
Yeah.
'Cause
He's
it's the
great as
yellow
Darren
jacket.
Cross.
Oh,
Yeah,
He's great as
I
Yellow.
love
yeah,
Darren
yeah.
Cross.
Yeah.
I love Yellow Jacket. A lot of fun. MODOK, I mean, it looks awful. It looks so weird. It was kind of fun.
Oh my god, it's kind of giving me Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vibes.
Like
Krang.
Krang-
Yeah,
Krang, yeah.
Is it
Krang.
Krang? I thought it
It's
was Krang.
Krang.
Yeah.
Krang.
Krang the
Anyway,
Conqueror.
but yeah.
This just didn't
bad.
work though.
Yeah.
And like we've pointed out before, the Hulu MODOK show was so much better. I would have taken that just floating around. Patton Oswalt voicing a stop motion character floating around in the quantum realm
pudding.
would have worked better. This is like so much wasted potential. I would put this in D. Just like wasted potential.
I would say C because of the yellow jacket of it elevates it.
Yeah.
But if I get outvoted, if you go D, Evan, where you at?
Top of D.
You're at top of D, Jackie.
Yeah.
Okay, Evan.
Yellow Jacket puts him in the C, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we're
Yeah.
considering
Okay.
Yellow Jacket, I would put him above hulking.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Hulk.
Okay.
How dare you? But fine.
Okay. All right, Evan, you've
Okay.
got.
You
already-
good
This is
one.
easy.
This is so good. I think like when the trailers for this first came out, I was like, who is this guy? And then after the movie, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I'm locked in. That being said, A between Thanos and Vulture.
Ooh.
Okay, hold
Maybe,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
In my head, I was like S.
God, I
He
wouldn't
was
make
so
it S
good.
too.
But then
Bottom
you
S.
really move him above Thanos that way? Like
I don't
that's
know.
the tricky
I mean, he
part.
was so evil,
Yeah.
and you hate him so much.
Yeah.
And I do love
His performance
because
is
even
so
Thanos'
good.
motivation
Here,
is like,
let me-
I'm just balancing the universe. I'm just. It's not my
It's-
fault. There's too much
Let
people.
me give you something that
He just is evil.
may help this sort of positioning is that
Okay.
like Evan's saying, watching this trailer and going, who is this character?
Yeah. Mhm.
You got to think about too the effect that each of these villains have on like the bigger picture.
Right.
And High Evolutionary is really just in that Guardians world, just to Rocket Raccoon,
Yeah.
devastating. But Thanos is like universal.
Yeah.
You know,
No, that's
Namor
fair,
and
that's
Wenwu
fair.
and Hela, they're these bigger villains that kind of affect the whole world. And High Evolutionary is this weird guy in his little corner. Now,
I mean,
they
if
bring
you
him
live on
back
that
and
animal planet,
yeah,
your whole world
he
just got
wiped out
affected.
that whole planet.
Yeah.
He wiped that out. But I don't know. I feel like I think that is the similar. It's similar to the way that like the Vulture really just has to like be a thorn in Spider-Man's
Right.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he's kind of dealing with. I think that High
Okay.
Evolutionary might
I'll
be-
allow it. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. God, I really, really would want to put High Evolutionary in the S tier, the bottom of it. But I think like I understand the arguments here. This is also villain, which I feel like we could have done more with. We already it was
Yeah.
already so good.
Yeah.
But, like we could have had more. So.
Well, you know the good news is
What?
they didn't kill him off.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
That there's
Still
like
alive.
a deleted scene, but he's still in play
Oh my
potentially.
gosh,
Yeah.
his
And
face
I would-
when his
I-
face comes on.
ugh,
Oh, it's
I'd love for him to come
aesthetics
back.
wise too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I,
was like,
Jackie?
oh.
Would you mind if I grab these last two
Grab 'em,
because they're
take
kind
'em.
of connected?
Okay.
Secret Invasion, kind of going into the Marvels, sort of
Yeah.
scroll side, the Kree side of this stuff. I love these actors, especially Kingsley Benadir, who's gonna
Yeah.
be Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Great actor. We all know about the show. It just didn't use this character and this kind of
Yeah.
storyline well. I'd put him at
What happened with that show?
A bunch of
like,
stuff, dude.
The
I think
best
it's a bunch.
cast:
Yeah.
Olivia
Yeah.
Colman,
Yeah.
like Samuel.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
So I'd put him at
We
low.
don't need to get-
at
yeah,
low-
sorry.
I'd put Gravik at low D or high F. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a
Yeah.
waste. There
Yeah.
was a lot. There was great scenes.
Put him right there, Dashiell, in between Taskmaster. Yeah.
And
We
Shocker.
were very
Shocker.
nice with our F
Yeah.
list by.
Yeah, I know.
I just am like.
I know.
Yeah.
I would also say this a similar thing for Dar-Ben, the villain of
Yeah.
the Marvels. Again, this is a movie where it's like, for better or for worse, this movie decided to focus on the three hero
Right.
women
We don't-
and
we
not
don't
so
get
much
much.
the villain stuff.
Which they
is a
could have
bummer.
done so much. This actress is amazing.
Yeah.
Zoe, do you
Yeah.
guys ever see was it Dracula or Vampire? It was Dracula or something on Netflix.
Oh, no.
It was during COVID.
Oh, okay.
If y'all want to
She
watch
was in
like
it. She's
some.
awesome.
Yeah, she's in it. She's like the love interest. If I remember the title, if anyone in chat knows what I'm talking about, I watched it over COVID, and I was like, this is one of the best
Right there.
like B movies I've ever
Yep.
seen.
I'd put
But
her above-
She's a good
Yeah, she can go
actress.
above
Gravik. I'd
Gravik.
put her above Gravik. I just think that, like, yeah, we've said it time and time again. You know, the things like the look and the story could have been improved upon to just make that movie a little bit more devastating. But
Yeah.
they definitely focused on Kamala Khan, Monica Rambeau, Carol Danvers. That's everybody.
Yeah.
That's our tier list.
Wow.
I think
We
this
made
is-
it.
This
We
is
did it.
perfect.
Holy
Evan,
cow.
what's your biggest beef with this tier?
The Kilgrave.
The Kilgrave? Why?
Kilgrave placement.
Too low?
I think he's a high
S
A.
tier? Yeah.
Kilgrave is.
If not
solid.
S tier, and
Okay.
then
Obadiah Stane should maybe be A.
and then it was after that it
No?
was like
No,
recalibrating
I mean-
everything around that. It's so interesting.
Well, you know, we have the link, and fans have been doing it at home on their own. So Evan,
Obadiah
yeah, I
could
can
be
include the
low
link
A.
too. Low A?
Obadiah
Yeah.
could be low A. I don't know. I'm staying by my Mysterio. I'm like, I know everyone stands Mysterio, and Jake Gyllenhaal is an attractive
That's a
person.
little low.
I'm just
I
surprised
just-
that
I
you
don't
had
know.
any connection to
I
the
did,
cartoon
I
character
liked that.
Mysterio. I love that.
I
That's
She
love
great.
wants more
Yeah.
out of her Mysterio.
I
folks.
love
do.
that.
You got to work harder to impress her.
Spider-Man has some of the best villains.
Yeah,
I
oh, for
agree.
sure.
You know what? Can I tell you something? For
What?
years, I never wanted them to do Mysterio in a movie.
Why?
Because I always felt like it would never work because traditionally, the
Yeah,
character
it's a little over
is
the top.
no, the look is fine, but it's his
Okay.
sort of like powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the cartoons and in the comic books, he is a movie special effects expert.
Right.
So he uses movie special effects to trick Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I never wanted a movie to use movie special effects to try to pull that off, because I'm like, that's just too fake. It just wouldn't, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like that movie, Now You See Me.
Exactly.
Where
They
they're
do
using,
real magic
they're
in the
using
movie.
CG to do like stage illusions, and I'm like, that's not fair. That's not what
just
that is.
do real magic
But
in the
then
movie.
they did in the Mysterio storyline, they did it to where he used that Captain America Civil War hologram technology, LARF, and I went, oh, you just made it make sense for me. This
That's
is awesome.
interesting.
Yeah, it was a good way to
Yeah.
use
We
that
can move
character.
him up.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay.
No, let's
Sorry.
leave
It's
this as
okay.
it lies.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let our
It's
truth
pretty
be
good.
told.
Yeah.
Overall,
I love our S tier list though.
It-
Like
I do-
our
I-
S tier is perfect.
I do have to, I want to point out that though, like this is Marvel Studios. You guys got to look at this. A lot of people of color and women at the bottom of that. Like you got to work on those villains, my
Right.
guys. You got to bump them up. We have
I
Killmonger.
know.
We've got Scarlet Witch. Hela. You know, and most of these villains were in the movies and TV shows white dudes until you get to a certain point, just
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
most of the heroes were white dudes.
Right.
Yeah.
They could not pit Wenwu against Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
That would be horribly racist to do that. Like that would
Yeah.
be bad.
Yeah.
So it takes them a while to bring in other types of personalities and characters, and then you can build up some of those villains as well. But dude, some of those villains like they deserve better.
It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
great characters that
Yeah.
like need second chances or a revisit in some form.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll see some of them again. I think that's it for us today.
Yeah.
Check out the link in the description. Do your own tier list. Tell us what you think
Yeah.
of our picks and how much you love them in the comments. If you don't, in the comments below, you don't like our picks, don't say anything. It's as simple as that.
Jackie, how dare you put Mysterio there?
Nobody good. Hector, where can they find you online?
I'm at Heroes Reforged. Check out me and my buddies' DC Extended Universe ranking, where we did this at super speed, which was really fun. Check that out on the Chexicans channel. Thanks everybody for letting me do this. Thanks, Jackie,
Oh,
for coming
thank
back.
you.
Oh my God,
Doing great sport.
Hector!
Oh my God!
Amazing!
Oh my
This
God.
was so fun. I've had so much fun. the
Good.
last
Where can they
time.
find you online, Jacki
You
Jing?
can find me at JACKIJING, and just so happy to be back again. Y'all are amazing. I've had people like tweeting at me and being super nice and being like, I love seeing you on the show. You guys have
great.
a wonderful community here, and obviously they all rock, so.
Excellent. Evan and I will remind you to follow at Breakroom NR on all social channels. Be sure to follow us on Twitch, where we do these videos live. And we'll catch you next time. Latest guys. Goodbye.
Yeah.